Hello and welcome to the Computer Game Show. My name is David Turner. I'm here with Sean Bell,
Hello.
James Farley,
Hello.
and Matt Murray.
Hello.
Returning Matt Murray. Welcome back, Matt,
Good to
into
be
the
back.
fold. Good. We'd like to thank our Patreon producers this month. They are Aaron Patrick, the QuickBooks chap, Simon Nelson, Moomin Biscuit, Trans Rights are Human Rights, Dave Ernsberger, Colin Brown, Gasman, Rocketman76, Smooth Monkey, John Tempelli, Jackie Sniper, Sam Heaton, Stan, Philip with an F, Cutty, Steve Lee, Jack Oven, Grey Dragon Claw, Colin the Car Wanker Smith, Lee Keybottom, My Dog Skip, Dean, Evil Mammal, Boza Karma, Conky Donkers Full Nels Conga, and Laser Quest. They all went full Nels to support this show. So everyone, round of applause, please, for the Full Nels crew. Thank you so much for your support. And thanks to everyone that joined us over at patreon.com/TCGS. If this is your first time listening to this podcast, we don't always do a round of applause, so don't get cringed out and stop listening. Keep listening. That was a little gag in the context of the length of it.
You get it. We like to have a bit of fun.
Give it a year. Give it a year. Build up the knowledge of the pod and then judge us. Patreon.com/TCGS if you'd like to support what we do. There's also a very exciting show coming up in Manchester on April the 19th, 53.2. It's Ian Lee's Imposter Syndrome. I will be on stage with Ian, interviewing him about his time on the radio, on the 11 o'clock show, on Rise, all of those things, and you get to ask Ian any questions you want. Sean's going to be there. Matt's going to be there. You know, I'm going to be there. So it's going to be a really, really good evening, and you can come over and say hello, and we will charge you for photographs. There will be a small charge. There won't be. I'm joking. Feedback to last week's show. Matt, I assume you listened to it and have a list.
I did listen to it.
Comments and queries and other comments.
I listened to it on a run, and it wasn't because I thought I need to listen to it, and I was running out of time. It wasn't the best thing in terms of really kind of amping me up for a really fast run, but it's certainly.
James sitting there moaning and tutting wasn't enough to give you that extra motivation.
Yeah, maybe I should put some drum and bass shit in the background, and then that would have got me going. But anyway,
Yeah.
I mean, if anyone wants to create a James Farley based drum and bass song, please send them in. We will play them. We will
plenty
play
of
them.
clips.
Full.
Yeah, there's loads of clips. Just go through the.
What we'll do is we'll get a bunch
of
of them, and we'll do like an X Factor style thing where we have to judge, them, and it's like rounds and
I love
judges'
that.
houses. Judges.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, put them through to the next round.
Yeah,
I
so
love all
a
that.
James Farley themed X Factor show. We'll have to think of a name.
Yeah, and you could do anything. You could do impressions. You could do music. You could do
variety. You can do like street dance.
What do you mean variety?
As in like Sunday might do like variety show,
What would that look like?
magic,
Yeah, go on, Matt. Where we
magic
go?
dancing.
Magic. James Farley magic.
Yeah, something that's like themed. Can we go on to my feedback?
I mean, I am magic, so it's fine.
I've walked down an alleyway and there's no
Yeah.
exit to this. So
yeah.
can we move on,
Great.
please? Yes, we can. We can.
This isn't really proper feedback, but this is more like gags were left on the table, basically.
Here we go.
On the.
Oh, fucking
So
hell.
this was like right there in front of you. I mean, I guess if I'd done it, you were like, Matt, can you shut the fuck up? But there was some feedback from someone about the whole never, neither, neither thing, right?
Yeah.
And then the email directly after that was from Cena. And if I was able to like Cena, Sona, so I can't believe.
That would have been really good had you not said Cena, Sona.
Well, yeah, I would have been better at the time when I was like,
Okay. Well, we've got no evidence of that. We can only go on what you've written down in front of you.
You've had time to think about it as well.
You
by
have
this
had
point.
time to.
Yes.
I didn't. I thought about it on my run, stopped, didn't know, and then I haven't thought about it
Cena,
since.
Sona. What does that mean, Matt? I don't know. I don't know.
Cena,
I don't know.
Sona, Senna. Should we move on?
Cena, Sona would have been the way to do it, Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, well, I think we've exhausted this.
Anyway,
Sean's,
can
never,
I move on with my?
Sean's never shit himself. That's a stream. That was the first thing I thought.
That would make a good stream, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Where Sean just sits there and eats
Just
laxatives
shit
until he shits out, and then
We
you
need
go.
the laxatives, just a lot of willpower.
He's just sitting there, just going, oh, there we go.
Oh, there we
Thanks for
Cheers,
watching.
everyone.
Yeah, when I was at university, like me and my friend were obsessed with the idea of me being video just wearing like some Y fronts and shitting myself. I don't know why. In slow mo,
What, like,
we've always
It's a bit
been
like
looking up.
Jackass, yeah. That's sort of-
Maybe.
I was thinking
Sorry,
more
James, are
Blippi.
you okay? Did you almost die then?
Yeah. I
Oh,
just had
fuck.
it's,
Oh, did
I,
you faint?
yeah, I had a coughing fit.
Oh,
and,
Jesus.
Oh,
it's,
we
yeah.
missed it.
It was very
I
marginal.
saw him go
sounds
incredibly
like
red and
trumpet.
his face was
Right.
obscured by the microphone, but
It was
Can
marginal.
Can you write down very marginal,
Yeah.
Matt, as an possible
Very.
episode title? That one works. I should say a little bit of my own feedback, Sean.
Oh, yeah.
Afterwards, Matt said, "What did you call the show?" And Sean, you said, "Oh, I couldn't think of anything." On the show, I say, "Write that down, Sean. That's a good episode
Well, I didn't,
title."
clearly.
I mean, I'm back now and I've literally written down because that's
Yeah,
kind
I
of
was
the level you've got here.
Because what always happens is when stuff like that happens, I'll always think like, well, I'll remember that because it's really funny. Why would I?
I know.
Why would I possibly
yeah,
need to write that down? And then 2 hours later, I'm like,
yeah, I am the same. I had to. I remembered it, and then Matt asked, and I'd forgotten it in like the 30 minutes between listening to it back and Matt asking. Yeah, go on.
I mean, there wasn't an awful lot of action for me to really get my teeth into in terms of like you weren't slating me, which is lovely to hear, and it's just a good pod. I did say here I haven't shit myself, but I went through a creatine loading phase, and it was a very bad week of
Sorry.
Well, I started taking creatine, like it gives you more power running in the gym and stuff. And to do that, like they recommend you do a loading phase. You have 20 milligrams a day, or 20 grams a day, whatever it is.
Who's they?
And then
Who's they? Who's
So
they that are
people,
recommending?
if just Google creatine, a lot of people do have to say do a loading phase. And basically, what I meant was that for a week, it was a bad time for me.
I mean, Digifolio in the chat saying 5 milligrams a day.
Yeah, I know, but apparently there should be
Sorry,
a loading.
how much
a
are you
loading
taking?
No, there should be a loading phase for like 10 days, and then you go back to like 5. Although I'm now on 10 a day, because studies have shown, should we move on?
Were these studies on Instagram, Matt?
Why can't this is of interest?
Yeah,
Why can't you just run?
I do run, but creatine is like known as like helping in the gym and gives you more power and all sorts of stuff. So yeah.
Oh, it gives you more power.
So
does it?
I'm
Okay.
now on 10. I think it's 10 grams. It's like 2 scoops. It doesn't.
Stop.
10 in a day.
Shit! Stop just doing that.
Nah, it's good.
Right. Okay.
It's good fun.
Is it? It sounds like you shit yourself, Matt.
Only for that. Only the 10 days. I'm fine now. I'm fine.
Okay. Is that it for your feedback?
Yes.
Okay, then let's get on to the listeners' feedback. I bet they all loved it, didn't they?
Yes. Don Whiskerando has messaged, "Dear TCGS constipation relief. Sean Bell's a fucking liar. As he claims, he's eaten Aldi sugar-free sweet and never shit himself as an adult. I once ate a full box of their rhubarb and custard sweets shortly before I was due to catch a train from Crewe to Edinburgh. My stomach was already bubbling furiously as the train pulled in, but the true depths of my trouble became apparent as I stepped up from the platform into the carriage. As I put one leg in front of the other, my arsehole erupted without warning and without the possibility of stopping until fully emptied. Luckily, I was staying up north for a full week and I had a change of clothes, so I made for the toilet and changed myself, leaving the soiled clothes next to the toilet in a tied-up carrier bag. I fully intended to retrieve the bag and dispose of it at the end of the journey, but it disappeared somewhere around Carlisle. I can only hope that the finder has since had better fortune. Love the pod. Hugs and kisses from Don."
That is a nightmare, isn't it? That's an actual nightmare.
I mean, surely the staff have taken it. Surely someone's seen it and told the staff and they've incinerated it.
Yeah, that
incinerator
is
on the train. I don't know.
about. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is. I'm
Chuck
pretty
it
sure
in the
there
engine,
is.
can't they?
That's what happens if you don't have a ticket, isn't it?
Oh, is that where they,
Isn't it?
where they
That's-
put you?
That's where they take you.
And you send them on the train?
That's awful. When we're thinking about this stuff though, food that activates this. James, Matt Murray, do you remember the spicy wings at Pizza Go Go?
I do.
They didn't affect me quite as badly as they might have affected someone else on this podcast.
They were the tastiest.
They were so nice.
They were really good.
chicken. They were so insanely hot, and the next day you'd be in physical pain.
Next
You'd be
day?
in physical
No,
Like
pain.
within-
during
Yeah.
during the night.
Yeah.
You were in
Alright, okay,
physical
well, so
pain.
it works. quicker on some people than others. But no, it was wasn't it our friend James that had to? It was on your stag do, wasn't it? No, it was on my brother's. No, whose stag do was it? It must have been my stag do then.
Yeah, well, it wasn't.
Where we were in Poppins, we were in that cafe, and
Yes.
James had them the night before, and he couldn't get out of the toilet in the cafe. We thought, well, he's not going to make it to the train station then, is he?
Yeah, and that's before the stag do started.
Yeah.
So we're already worried.
Jesus. All right. Well,
Good times.
Hot wings. Good times.
Ooga Booga Caveman with a loose screw has messaged. Oh, that just
Is that a
scares.
reference?
I don't know. It scares me. I probably should have googled it before.
I did, but I couldn't find anything.
Okay, good. I'll have so it's your fault if it's incredibly bad. I'll have you know that Feel Good Incorporated by the Gorillaz is my favourite tune out of all the tunes there is. Don't you dare besmirch it by reducing the final word to ink. Disgusting. Love the show. Keep it up, y'all.
Yeah, I had a couple of comments about that in the week. Just saying,
Did
no,
you?
everyone says ink. Yeah, just a couple of messages. I heard that bit. Who doesn't say ink? And I was like, I know, mate. I know. But now I just feel sorry for who messaged that in last week.
Just Shields?
Sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel sorry for just Shields at this point. Just it's over. The fight is over, people. We won. All right.
Tom C, Junior Podcast Liaison Officer at the League of London SE4 Toms, has messaged. Just as a counterpoint to last week's 3 movement oratorio.
Ratio?
No,
No,
oratorio.
ratio.
Just as a counterpoint to last week's 3 movement oratorio about the glories of Steam Deck. It's massive, it's a really weird shape, and I'll never be able to get it to work properly on my home network. So whenever I want to download anything, I have to connect it to a hotspot from my phone, which is also connected to the home network. But for some reason, Steam Deck works fine with from the hotspot, even though it's all the same internet. So I feel like I'm laundering internet for a shell company just to make Gabe Newell happy.
All the same internet. I've got all the same internet everywhere. It's all the same. We have to shut the doors because the Wi-Fi will get out. But it's other than that, it's all
It's
the
same
same
internet, yeah.
It is the same internet.
Also, I had a 12-hour flight the day after Tears of the Kingdom came out, and in the security queue, a guy my age put a Steam Deck in the tray. I asked him what he was planning to play on the fight. On the fucking Jesus, kill me now. I asked him what he was planning to play on the flight, and he vaguely said something like, oh, I've got some RPGs and stuff on there. The last one isn't really the Steam Deck's fault, but come on, mate, you're about to spend 12 hours in a box, in a box in the sky, and there's a whole new load of Korok poo out there, and that isn't going to collect itself, so sort yourself out.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, on Tears of the
that's-
Kingdom weekend, you would want a Switch rather than a Steam Deck, I think, for that one.
Do you think it was so the guy with the Steam Deck? Do you think it was one of those situations where he just wasn't sure? You know, because sometimes when you meet another nerd, but then you're not sure
Yeah.
what sort of nerd they are, and you think, I don't want to get
Yep.
into this because if it turns out they're well into like League of Legends or something, I'm just going to be like, oh yeah, no, I don't really. I don't
So
really play that. I'm just-
I only play hentai games. All right, James, not right now. We're talking about this. Sorry, James, you said.
I said that works apart from the fact that he said I've got some RPGs and stuff on there. Like I wouldn't go with RPGs if I was just trying to,
You're
end
trying
the
to appear
conversation.
normal. It's FIFA and Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but isn't the complaint is that he's not? It's the biggest weekend for video games because there's a new Zelda game out and he's
Yeah,
playing
true.
RPGs on a Steam Deck. That's the argument, isn't it?
Yeah.
Come on, stop having a pop.
But is he saying?
Um,
But then, what if the guy's only got a Steam Deck, or is Tom C saying that he should have pirated Tears of the Kingdom?
I
Oh,
don't think
possibly.
Tom C is saying that.
If it is, Tom
Is
C,
he?
we will pass on your details to
Yeah.
the police. If any of you say he owns it legally, I'll fucking kill you.
I
And
mean-
finally, the stuff about the Wi-Fi, mate. You've got a dodgy Steam Deck, I think. You probably need.
Yeah, or your routers.
that sounds a
knackered.
bit. Yeah.
Have you opened the port, Tom
Well,
C?
it's awful, isn't
Have
it?
you
Because
opened those
Tom C has
ports?
probably had a fucking breakdown trying to sort that out. And yet,
Yeah.
you read that and you think, oh, I bet I could probably.
Tom C just turned the router off and on again. Come on.
Yeah.
How hard can it possibly be?
Yeah.
Have you cleared the cookies?
I hate being in that situation where, why didn't you tell me? I hate being in that situation where you've got something that's really wrong with a bit of kit you've got, and you tell someone who's also got that bit of kit, and their response is, "Well, mine's fine,"
Yeah. Oh no, I just
and
do
you
this.
you just,
Do you?
oh, is it?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm happy for you.
I mean, you're describing my experience when we owned Xbox Ones, because that's what it was like.
Yours was fucked, James.
Yours was fucked. We didn't
Exactly.
say ours is fine. We said yours is actually broken. You need to do something about it, and you went no.
What was I supposed to do about it? It was already old by this
Replace
point.
it. or get it fixed. It was
How?
clearly broken. It was
just
so
rubbish.
fucking broken.
It was a rubbish
Okay.
console. But go on.
Yeah, it was a rubbish.
It was, but
console,
yours was more rubbish.
Was so
was especially
broken that yours was unusable. It's like when you turn around and go, "God, that console was rubbish." Yeah, the UI was really slow, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Yeah, and it didn't really have any sort of hard hitting exclusives to get into. Yeah, and the whole Connect thing. What was that about? Yeah. Also, do you remember when it overheated and just went on fire every 2 minutes, and everyone goes quiet? Goes, no, that's another problem, James.
Yeah.
And
It
one
never
of
did
them-
that. It was just really slow and shit.
Okay. What was it? What was the game we played where we all launched into the game
Oh,
and we
yeah.
had to wait about 13
Yeah.
minutes for you
James
to arrive?
log in.
That's not good.
Okay. All right. Next.
Allbrack has messaged, I've noticed Sean regularly say it's basically a miracle every time any game comes out. 19,000 games were released on Steam in 2025. Given that there's an entire industry bigger than the film industry entirely dependent on releasing games for sale and profit, surely it's less of a miracle and more a standard expectation of professionals doing their jobs.
What a thoroughly uncharitable read of that sentiment. The first off, that's me quoting Phil Spencer. Yeah, I probably brought it up a couple of times just because I thought it was a cool thing for him to say, and yeah, sort of quite indicative of his sort of attitude towards development. It's the sort of thing you don't often hear from a CEO or whatever. I don't know, man. I feel like yeah, tons of games come out. I think the point of the sentiment is just that it's really fucking hard to make games. I don't think it's much more complicated than that. And to be fair, loads of games end up not coming out because they don't fucking work, and it takes a huge amount of resource to find that out. And that must be really fucking annoying for game developers. Like, so you can work for decades in game development and never actually fucking release anything. Like, it just sounds like a nightmare. And I sympathise with devs for that. Sorry.
There's a pot on Chatterbix. They've got a segment on it called 1 in a Million, where you have to send in a story that is like so wild that it's a 1 in a million chance of happening. And they keep saying, look, can you please stop sending in messages about you going abroad on holiday and bumping into your neighbour? We've got loads of those.
Yeah.
It's not 1 in a million.
That really isn't 1 in a million.
yeah.
Leanne has messaged, hello TCGS lads. I have very much enjoyed hearing from other listeners about their TCGS related dreams, so I thought I'd send mine in. I don't normally remember dreams. This little snippet did well to survive. Your grievances are clearly lodged in my subconscious. Basically, I woke up pretty annoyed with my boyfriend of 19 years, as in the dream he had announced during a pretty ropey looking river jungle cruise that he was moving out and leaving me to marry a German and move to Germany. Germany? My incredulous dream self questioned. Germany? Why Germany of all places? You can't even buy a birthday card when you need one. That's about all I remember, so there you go. I know a lot of people say they're long-time listeners, all in caps, but both of us have been listening since the early Joypod days when it's just two blokes, some SingStar mics, and a quite Ricky Gervais-shaped dream. We've come a long way since then, and today's lineup could not be improved. Thanks for keeping Wednesdays good, and proud to be a TCGS Day Oneer.
Thanks, Dan. I honestly, as we reflect back on things, we're coming up to next month will be 10 years of TCGS, and then towards the end of the year it will be 20 years of me podcasting, and I just think, fucking hell, the shit we've put out in that time. I mean, there's a lot of crap.
I can't believe some of the shit I used to do with you.
What?
That's a spaced quote. Not in space.
Sounded a little bit more pointed.
Well, yeah, that's why I dropped it. Is relevant.
Okay, all right. Well,
Phil
I remember
got it.
when it was.
Phil
I remember.
Chris Span, when he hears this, will also enjoy
I
that.
remembered when I set out podcasting with Michael Fox, and we took you in, didn't we, Matt? We took
Yeah, and
you in
now
and
look
we
at
showed
us
you.
both. Now look at what I've built with TCGS. So
Wow.
kind of,
I mean,
you know.
you're welcome for the invite.
You're welcome. You're
On
welcome,
board,
David,
okay.
for all the other stuff I've done for you. So well done for that. Vince Ryan has messaged feedback. Read the last two shows. Given James and David's 25-minute Xbox route, I think they should now look each other in the eye and say one thing they love about the other.
Oh, this
Definitely.
is brilliant. This is brilliant. Can I go
Pudding.
first?
Yes.
Can I go first?
Yes, you can.
James, look into the camera.
I'm looking into the camera.
Right, and I'm looking into your eyes. Right, you're not looking into the camera.
I am looking
He
into
is
the
looking
camera.
above
Above the camera.
He does look like looking above
No,
the camera.
my camera's like up there.
Yeah, I know.
You
Now
literally
you're
just
looking into
pointed
the
above it.
camera. Right,
Yeah, you
okay,
point-
James.
okay.
Right, I'm going to look into your eyes. James, I love every interaction with you. Whenever I get a message from you, I get excited. Whenever I get a voice note, it makes me smile. I appreciate you so much as a friend. You make me a happier person. Your go.
No, David, you smashed that.
So
Come on, James. Actual
Your go,
sincerity.
James. You can
Okay.
go now.
Okay. David,
Look into my eyes.
I'm looking into your eyes right now. Here, David. I love the times when you get caught off guard with a joke or something, and it makes you laugh, and it's very sweet, and I think it's lovely.
Oh,
And,
there we go.
Ah,
so there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Are we best mates now?
I feel sick.
Who is your best mate? Who's your best friend in the world, James
None
Farley?
of us, is it?
I don't
It
know.
has to be.
But yeah. You guys. There you go.
Nope,
Cop
that
out.
wasn't the. Who
No,
is your
it's-
best mate? Not mates.
Oh, don't put me on the spot. It's horrible.
That's what you do.
That's what we do over here at TCGS.
This
Is
podcast
your
has
best
ground to a
friend.
halt and will not move forward.
No, I'm not choosing between the three of you. That's
You
not
get
fair.
married again. Who's
Yeah.
best man?
Oh, it'll surely be three best men.
Asher doesn't
Yeah.
count.
Yeah. It'd be.
Oh, the
I've-
stag do
I've,
be
I've
my-
had three
oh,
groomsmen.
so
No.
good.
The Archbishop of Canterbury says that you've got to pick one.
The Archbishop of the
You're
Kent
getting married
area.
in this
It's a sin otherwise.
cathedral.
City.
I can't choose like somebody that like,
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I've known you longest. I invited you on this. Fuck you. Right. Okay, come on. Next bit. Unbelievable. The fact that it's even a question is offensive to me. Oh, he's got to get. He's got to get.
No.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, no, he's actually passed out again. Okay,
Yeah,
right.
that's,
He's gone for a while this time.
Yeah,
though.
this is.
Nope.
Okay.
Back.
There we go. He's back.
Jesus, that was the
Okay.
longest one. Yeah, that actually scared me.
That might be
Yeah.
the longest faint.
That was
I've
one
got-
of the
yeah.
worst.
I've got-
And also,
I've got a
no
bit
one,
of a cold, and so it's like it's back, and it's
yeah, no one clipped that video because I mean the
already
body
clipped
body
it.
contortions were mental.
And definitely do not put a drum and bass beat behind it.
Yeah, do not do that.
Oh, he's got to go again. Oh, this is bad. Do we take a break?
I mean that's three
It's all right.
inside half
It's
an
all right.
hour.
It's all right. It's marginal. Go on, just.
It doesn't
continue.
feel marginal. It feels
It's marginal. Just continue.
Feels substantial.
margin.
You have
Feels-
written down it's marginal, right? That is one of the episode titles we've got written down, right?
Very marginal is what I was told to write down.
Right. Okay. Fine. Let's move on, shall we? Before you
Old
goes again.
father time. Please stop taking the piss out of James's age. He was born the same year as me, and it's starting to get depressing.
I don't take the piss out of James Farley's age.
Yeah, you do.
And then
All the
there's
He said he
time.
was 50 last week.
But I feel
Come
like that's
on.
more because James really leans into being a bit older, whether he means to or not.
I've definitely not intentionally,
Yeah,
but
okay.
yeah,
I'd never do. James, does it genuinely hurt you when I take the piss out of your age?
no, I don't care.
Sorry, you don't mind it at all, no?
No, it doesn't bother me that much.
That's this episode demonetized.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Oh what? So we won't get the 7p from YouTube we get.
Ah,
Hey, we've been doing a while on that.
James, I apologise if me taking the piss out of your age gets to you.
No, that's fine.
I won't let it. Ah, didn't work. Yeah, let's go.
Brilliant work there. We're going to end with Chris Span, the bad boy of UK driving. I mean, I need to know the story behind that. Regarding Video Gamer, they have been bought by a company who are basically using the site to perform what's called parasite SEO. Effectively, the most difficult thing for a website to become, in Google's eyes, is authoritative. It takes years of producing consistent and decent content that people link to because it's useful, is verifiably attributed to real people, and by just being a proper website, things that are hard to fake, even with LLMs. SEOs refer to this as domain authority. A link from a site with a lot of domain authority is worth more than a link from a site with little to no authority. So what these businesses do is buy high authority websites that then point that authority towards things like casino and gambling sites. Video Gamer is covered in links and references to casinos now. However, obviously, if a site suddenly stops producing content, it starts to become less authoritative. So these businesses then do whatever they can to keep new content appearing on the site. As this helps to keep the site looking active and thus retains authority, making links to those gambling sites even more lucrative. The reason they create social accounts and author pages for these pretend authors is to try and demonstrate a key Google concept, that Google calls EAT: expertise, experience, authority, and trustworthiness, in order to appear as though a video game is still producing content by verifiable human beings. I don't know this as a fact, but it's entirely likely the business that bought the site also owns the casinos it links to. So effectively, this whole process has been done to take the hard work of all the people that have worked at Video Gamer over the years and turn it into fuel to help a barely regulated online casino rank better. When Dave said, how little respect can you have for your readers last week, the answer is they have none. They literally don't give a shit about what any human who reads the site thinks. They're not trying to fool anyone outside of Google. The site is a source for promotion for promoting gambling now rather than a media platform.
Time for the socials, Matt.
Madness.
It is sad, isn't it? Because I don't.
Yeah,
none of
it's
us
good to know that stuff.
I have an SEO background. So
yeah, for sure.
Stuff is just does not occur to me. But yeah, grim.
It is grim. That is it for feedback. Go to tcgs.co to leave your feedback.
James Farley, are we going to get through the news without some sort of unconsciousness from you?
Hopefully.
Good.
That's what's going to happen.
We can all but hope. Let's get on with it.
Okay, so we've had next-gen Xbox console news. It's now codenamed Project Helix, and they've got like a logo and stuff, and it's going to play PC games. Asha Sharma tweeted about this. She said, I'm committed to returning to Xbox, and that starts with console. That starts with hardware. We also know that there are a lot of players who aren't on console or our hardware, and I want to deliver great games to them too. Then she also said that a return to Xbox exclusives wasn't off the table, but obviously they're not promising anything at this stage. I'm not commenting on this story.
Sorry, go on, what? Fine.
No, I don't want to comment on this story because I'm just going to get annoyed.
Hold him back.
Yeah,
but that's part of the podcast, James, to do every Monday night for the last 10 years. Kind of have to.
I know, but last time it ended up in a 25-minute argument that just went.
Well, we'll make it 19 minutes this time.
Mate,
Go.
I've made up my peace with that. I don't know if you have. Clearly not. But I made my peace with it, baby. Listen,
does she mention who's making a console, James?
This is where I'm getting to. So what is the bet? Let's remind ourselves of the bet. There is currently a bet in play. Matt
There's always a bet in
James
play.
Again. Matt has bet that Xbox will make the next Xbox.
Microsoft will produce the next bit of hardware as they've done with their previous consoles. James thinks otherwise.
The third party will make it.
Yeah, the third parties will make it, and it will just be badged Xbox.
Okay, and the loser of this bet has to do 5 minutes of stand-up comedy in an open mic night, which to me is just the best. Like, I mean, that is I mean, we might as well have not done the tattoo bet, to be honest with you. What rubbish that was. This is the real quiz.
I do have that on my body permanently. So
what do we think?
I'm going to be scarred by this permanently, Matt. So
I will be.
Yeah, Matt wasn't scarred.
No, imagine
mentally.
Got a fucking Wookiee on my thigh, mate, because of you.
So a little bit of silence from James and Matt here. Sean, which way are we thinking this is going at the moment?
It could
we're the pundits on the side of the pitch at the moment.
It could still go either way, right? Because I think certainly James is onto something, because I think a lot of us saw this coming, that yes, the next Xbox might well just be essentially a PC, but like a very heavily branded one that will presumably boot, straight in. Like it'll be on Windows, but it'll go straight into the Xbox app and what have you. So I still think it could be either or. Well,
this is it. So, but if you read the quotes, right, you can clearly see that these quotes. I don't think it's really important to look into each and every word here. They can't be held accountable for anything they're saying here. So these are carefully written quotes from Sharma, and it could. You're right. It could go either way. It doesn't actually say anything. And I think when you really drill into them, Sean. It's really interesting to read through the lines. Shut the fuck up, we're talking.
He did all this just to get his point across again.
I'm joking. Look, I think you're right. I think this could go either way. Are you guys confident? Is anyone?
No, I think we all think it can go either way, really. Even all these things. I mean, well, we know they have a relationship with Asus because they made the ROG Ally. So it's very it could go either way. It's hard to say.
I do think the next Xbox. Here's a prediction. I do think the next Xbox is coming out way before the next PlayStation.
Yeah,
I think they are currently rushing this to market to try and beat PlayStation. And I don't think Sony care. And I think this is a lot behind what their decision to go back to exclusives for the PlayStation is. I think there's a lot behind this.
Well, I think the big reason for that is obviously, this new Xbox confirming it's going to play both Xbox and PC games. They're like, we're not going to release our games on PC if then you'll be able to play on the next Xbox. So,
and especially if they're releasing this before the next PlayStation. I think that's a really big factor to it as well. So it's interesting.
The thing I was going to say about this news, though, is that the thing I don't understand, because this is not really news, because they basically just confirm what they've already told us.
But to actually have in black and white is news. Like there's all the things with rumors before, right? With the PC games.
I mean, what's her name? Sarah Bond spoke about this a lot. About it'd be like an Xbox, playing PC games, the whole thing. And it's just they've got a new logo. That's it. That's the only thing I got from this.
Logo,
is they got a fancy logo.
It's nice to have a little project name. Yeah.
Don't back down, Matt. Keep going. Go on. It's like tag team.
I'm tagging you in. I thought it was news that actually officially confirmed to play both PC and console games. But if Sarah Bond said that, or at least implied it, I know that. But again, like rumors implied. I don't think actual 100% confirmed. It's passed out again.
Just pausing again because it's going to pass out again. Did they talk about it for months, or did we talk about it for months?
We talked about it for months, and all the rumours, this and that. I mean, maybe there has been a confirmation before. I felt like I read it, okay, finally, we've actually got it in black and white, 100% confirmed, it's going to play both. But maybe if this isn't news, and I know we've talked about it for months because of all the rumours, but...
James?
Tell you what, though, those Xbox exclusives are not coming back. Like, if you read what she said...
He's moved on. If
you read the text of what she said here, she says... we also know there are a lot of players who aren't on console on our hardware, and I want to deliver great games to them too. That kind of indicates it's going elsewhere as well.
Because that, and the whole multi-platform thing that came from Nadella, right? And he's still there. So, and from everything we've seen is that they've been doing pretty well out of putting stuff on PlayStation. So, this quote from Nadella is a bit strange. We built a console because we wanted to build a better PC, which could then perform for gaming. I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure they were just trying to build a games console.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a games console.
No, it's actually...
I remember when they tried to make it a television box. So let's not rewrite history, Xbox.
Anyway, should we move on to Valve?
Yeah, I mean, I've Googled stuff. I mean, a lot of the reports say Microsoft's actually confirming it now. So surely if it was already confirmed previously, these reports would not say that they're confirming it.
Okay, great. Confirmed something they've been talking about for literally the last year. It's...
I don't think they have been talking about it, have they? I mean, I could be wrong. I'm interested to hear what our feedback's going to look like.
No, there was what it was there was lots of leaked reports, from people like Tom Warren and people like that talking about what it was going to be.
Yeah, but that's not a confirmation from the company, is it?
Oh, look, whatever. Okay, let's just move on. I'm going to have to spend some time digging this up. It's. I need to do some research. Fuck.
Imagine that as the news guy, angry that he's got to do a bit of research. Fucking hell.
Oh,
I look, people talk about this argument in the chat. I purposely stepped back. And I certainly wasn't chucking in the odd word to try and whip it up again. That is not something I would ever do. Should we move on then?
Yeah. So Valve are still hoping to ship the Steam Machine, the Steam Frame, and the Steam Controller this year. They said, we shared recently that there have been challenges with memory and storage shortages, but we'll be shipping all 3 products this year. More updates will be shared as we finalise
When they said problem with memory, did they forget they announced the thing? Did they? Is that what they meant by this is off the back of the reports that it was being pushed to next year, right? Because there was a few leaked articles and
they updated this post twice, didn't they? They updated us already because the first language said we hope to, and then now it's updated saying we definitely, well, not definitely, but we will ship in 2026. So I thought that was nice.
That's interesting. There's a point in the balance here, isn't there, Sean? Your prediction was that it will not launch in 2026.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they could well take the view that's like, well, if this, RAM price crisis thing is going to go on for several years, we may as well release now because it's only going to get worse before it gets better. So fine, but I think the thing is going to be more expensive than anyone would like.
Yes,
I think that's going to be the problem.
Speaking of memory, though, I don't think that was your prediction. I think your prediction was they would announce I think you might have lost the point already.
Do you reckon? I was probably too specific with the wording.
I think it was. Didn't I say announce the delay and then never mention it?
Yes.
Yeah, and then it basically won't. Yeah.
Nah, they've mentioned it. And in fact, actually, they mentioned it and then edited the response. Shut up.
Yeah, they've talked about it twice now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a shame because obviously it's quite an exciting proposition when they announced it, but then they announced it in the middle of all this stuff. And yeah, I mean, I've saw some people saying, well, just release the controller. There's no RAM controller. I mean, they might just do that. I don't know, but
it is mad like how much stuff is like how much more expensive things already are. So for my stupid retro emulation setup, I bought a Raspberry Pi 5, and you can get it with like different amounts of RAM. I went for a 4 gig one because it was 70 quid. And then the next one up is an 8 gig one, which is now like 110. Apparently, about 3 months ago, that one was about 80 quid.
Shit.
And the one I've bought was about 50. And they're all just sliding up slowly. Like even little devices like that are supposed to be cheap as chips. I mean, for what they can do, like they are. But yeah, it's just mad how it's already affecting things.
I guess this is where we announce our patrons going up because of the RAM cost as well, right?
Don't
joke
about
Matt, I'm still waiting for you to
people...
price up your PC again and see what it would cost you now.
Yeah, I think £15,000 PC.
Possibly. I so regret not buying extra RAM at the time. I was like, yeah, I'll add to
How
it.
much have you got?
32. But I was like, oh, I might as well put 64 in, but I just didn't. And now it's going to cost more than the PC cost at the start. Maybe.
Okay. What? What are you doing that for? What are you doing that for, Dave?
Matt's dreadful joke.
Okay.
It's all right.
It wasn't a joke. It was.
I professed my love to you earlier.
Clever.
Fucking hell.
So there you go. Just because I said okay.
No, I'm going to go.
Okay.
Get on with it, though.
All right, should we just...
Please,
fuck off,
Read the next story, James.
You fuck off. You cunt.
I mean, actually, Matt, in March 2024, Phil Spencer...
Oh, he's still on it. Okay, here we go.
You've not been paying attention.
It's Phil Spencer
that's what's been going... Right, sorry, listeners. So, just calm down because people would have moved on by now, right? So clearly, James had a blip there, and it's because he's been Googling trying to find evidence that Microsoft have been talking about PC
games on
PC
Xbox,
games on Xbox. Right, go on.
Yeah, so in March 2024, in an interview with Polygon, Phil Spencer explicitly stated that allowing stores like Steam or the Epic Games Store on Xbox makes a lot of sense as a way to...
Okay,
no,
so that doesn't confirm it.
No, it doesn't confirm it's definitely going to happen. No,
it
it's not confirmation, but we knew that this was the direction it was going in because they've been talking
about
it.
We have known, but this is the actual confirmation.
Okay, fine. It's fine.
Okay.
No,
if you want, you can do some more Googling. We'll wait.
No,
You did say that they've been banging on about it all year.
They have been. There's been so many leaks and reports about this. About it was going to be going.
Leaks
Look,
is
Yes,
not
but
them
not
banging
fucking
on about it.
confirmations.
By
You can leak all you
definition,
want.
fine.
Leaks, implications, store here. They're not confirmations, James.
It's something that we knew was going to happen. So it's
Yes!
Work
Just
that
remind
we've
us
done over the
2
last
years-
year has turned out to be correct. That's what...
You did remind us 2 years ago how people twist their words to try and say stuff and, present falsehoods and...
Yeah.
This is why he studies propaganda, because he's the fucking
Yeah, so
master
you can
of
use it on the computer game show.
Anyway,
I'm going to read your fucking book, boy. I need to get in on
if you
this.
want. If you want it to, I can give you a signed copy, David.
Please,
I
just
would
don't
genuinely
charge me
love that.
700 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I have that?
No.
Oh.
So if we have a look now, we got the Indie World Showcase that happened. There was a spotlight of games.
My favourite comment when this was announced was Sean saying, "We're never getting a proper one, are we?" Yeah, I think you're probably right. The Indie World Showcase are usually the weaker ones of the Nintendo Directs, but I've got to say this wasn't too bad. They showed some good stuff.
They're usually like a selection of good games that you already knew about. Oh, look, they're coming to the Switch. Great. So they're just
yeah.
fine.
So not too dissimilar on this one, but I think the standard of games was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes, James, what did you have on this?
So, I mean, the stuff that I saw that I thought looked interesting, there was, Denture Attack, which, Sean, you'd already talked about this. I played the demo, though, that was released on Switch. Have you played? I can't remember if you said you played it or not.
Talked about it last week, James.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What you've been playing.
I couldn't remember if how much of it you played, but yeah, I played the demo as well. I thought it was all right. I mean, I don't think it's one of those things where I don't think it's for me, because I didn't particularly.
Really, it looks right up your street. This.
No,
I just think it looks like cool.
It feels like an endless runner, if you know what I mean. It's like,
yes, I see what you're saying.
It's not. It's definitely
I
got.
know it's not. I know, but it's just the way it's structured, where it's like you've
got rails, and
you're choosing paths and stuff like that, and jumping at the right moment and stuff like that, and doing tricks and stuff like that. And I thought it's fine, but I thought it was okay. But
And does it perform well on Switch too?
yeah, it seemed fine. Yeah, it seemed completely fine, which is pretty good. The other thing I thought looked pretty good was Blighted, which was that it was the action RPG that's from the Guacamelee team. I thought that looked pretty nice, especially like sort of visually. And Minishoot Adventures, which I know, David, you've played this now, right?
Yeah, I'll talk about Minishoot Adventures. It's 2023 game, 2024 game. Coming. Yeah, I'll talk about that later. I've been playing it this week. But that was one of those cool. Hey, here's that game that people really liked a few years ago. It's coming to Switch and it's out tonight. That was a pretty cool announcement, I thought.
And then also, I like the look of Woodo as well, which was that diorama puzzle game.
Yeah, I thought that looked great.
They called it a cozy game, James, and I know you hate those.
I know,
Cozy
but
diorama puzzle game.
Yeah, I thought this looked quite nice because it looked quite satisfying, like clipping everything together, and I thought
it looked like a kids' TV show almost. Like
it does look
the style of
doesn't it?
it looks amazing. Gorgeous.
And then obviously we got the release date for Mixtape as well, which was good.
Yes,
Which is May 7th, is it?
Yeah.
It's that is a game that I'm very much looking forward to. I didn't think this trailer showed off as well as it had previously. So
It just felt like a condensed version of previous trailers, right? I don't know if it was, but it was.
Yeah, and also it didn't hit with the music as well as the previous ones did. I think maybe it might have just been a shortened trailer to make this announcement. Weird place to make the announcement though. I thought, look, I don't want to be patronising at all, but I thought it was bigger than putting in an indie showcase, a Nintendo indie showcase, But no, I mean, I
suppose
very
if
much
they're looking at it as like, so say they knew the release date, a month ago. How many opportunities between now and May? How many big showcases are there going to be, right, to show it off? I guess this felt like the best opportunity. But yeah, it looks really good. I'm excited about it.
Anything else anyone liked?
I don't know much about Ratatan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is
this
that
like
a rhythm
Patapon
game?
I thought it was like Patapon, like spiritual successor kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a Patapon. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
So it's
that might
kind
be
of a
worth
rhythm game, but it's
keeping an eye on.
kind of a sort of action strategy game. So you
Yeah.
have this little army of guys and you fight enemies, but crucially to give them orders, you have to tap out different rhythms. It's really good fun.
Cool. That looks
Well, the
cool. And
originals
of
were, I
course, one that I've not shown him yet, but Charlie will love the fact that Blueprints has come into Switch.
Yeah.
Because he loves Blueprints, and for that to come to, is that Switch and Switch 2, or is it just Switch 2? I can't remember
I
how
don't know.
they showed it off, but yeah, like the more people that get to play Blueprints, the better. I think that game is special. It's very, very good.
Yeah, on the Nintendo.com blog, it just says launching today on Switch 2.
Yes.
So
Oh yeah. So it looks like
Probably
Switch
not
2.
Switch one.
But yeah, that is of course out now. So if you get the
What a
chance,
game.
if you've got a Switch 2, also excellent format to play it in if it runs well.
Yeah,
You know, it
okay.
seems like a perfect way of playing that game on the Switch. So very, very good. Yeah, play that.
I'm excited for Heave Ho 2. Now it's got
Yes.
4-player
Oh, of
online
course.
Yeah.
multiplayer, so that looks. I mean, I remember us playing
Well,
that
that's
at
a stream.
EGX many, many years ago. Now it's got online for the first time, 4-player. So yeah, that'll be a great stream.
100%.
That looks really good.
That was a game that I played with the family when we were in Shanghai once, and it was one of the first games that, well, one of the only games actually that when I played with the family, I rage quit playing with that with them. I just couldn't. I
Really?
could not. I
Talk
could
about
not.
what a good time you had, and then
No, I could
Yeah.
not play it with them. It was driving me nuts, and I
James,
just could not.
this isn't a judgment because everyone's different, right? But you're really bad with that, aren't you? If
No,
you've got to play,
I'm really not. It's all this. This is the only one that
Lego
that's the
Voyages.
only other one that's wound me up was Lego Adventures. But this is the only two that have really just wound me up to the point where I'm like, I don't want to play this. It's just doing my head in.
Oh mate,
Yeah.
we had such a good time with this as a family. Just flinging ourselves across the levels and kicking it, getting all to the end and just waiting for the last one to arrive, and just before they arrive, farting so it kicked the other one out of the bucket. Is just, yeah. Oh, the memories. So I wouldn't mind playing Heave-Ho 2 for sure.
It's I can see why it wouldn't have stood out to anyone particularly, but Dead Zone Rogue is quietly gathering steam on Steam.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah. It didn't really inspire me when I saw it, but okay, so that's getting a bit of a buzz, is it?
It's one of those that sort of quietly everyone's like, oh, so it's first person shooter, squad based, roguelite, and with loads of RPG stuff on top of it, and yeah, everyone's just like, it's like apparently the enemy variety is not really there yet, but there's still, I think technically, is it out on Switch 2 now, or is it? I think it's still early access on Steam, so I don't know. But basically everyone's like, it's just loads of like really interesting variation in character builds and stuff. It's just a good shooter, really, really good fun apparently. So I've not played it yet, but yeah, that might be one to keep an eye on. I think we already knew it was coming. I don't know if we knew definitely it was coming to Switch, but Toem 2, I really enjoyed the first one.
Yeah,
really looking forward
first
to
one was
that.
great.
It was Toem that photography game with the
All black and white.
Black
Yeah.
and white one, yeah. It's just,
They're
I just
overrated
love
for
it
me.
because it's, so many games try and do photography stuff and you can't, like, there's no way like a game
need
can
to call
score
that.
photography, right? So this is, but what's cool about Toem is that it's like, it's not about the technical things to do with photography. It's like capturing moments and stuff happening. And that's, it's just way more
Oh
interesting.
no, I'm not thinking of Toem. I never played Toem. Yeah, I remember you really liking that game. I'm thinking of what's that game that James really liked and it wasn't that good. It was like where you had to paint the world wherever you went.
No, that was that. You're thinking of. It's the what? Was it the one with the memories where you're like taking photos of stuff?
No, you're painting stuff as Chicory.
Chicory.
That's it,
Yeah,
Chicory.
I like
Yeah,
Chicory.
yeah.
Chicory was good, but
Yeah,
no,
I don't know.
You went into that.
I don't know. Right.
was-
Is that it for that news story?
Did you see Rotwood, Sean?
Yes.
Which looks just like Absalom to me.
It does,
Like-
yeah, because part of me was like, oh, cool, another one of these, but also a bit like, yeah, another one of these. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel it's been so many, like, sort of roaming brawler games with RPG. Like, there's, so we had Absalom, then there was the Marvel Cosmic Invasion, there's a new Scott Pilgrim came out last week, which I do really want to play. Towerborn, which I'm going to talk about next week, I think. And now this as well. It's just like, fuck, there's a lot of these now. Which, if you like the genre, then good. I'm glad it's having a renaissance. But
I just, as I keep saying, I just wish we'd see some more of these that are not fantasy settings. that are like other settings because I just don't dig it. That's just me. Okay, next news story then is that Nintendo are suing the Trump administration. So they've lodged a complaint in the US Court of International Trade. This was on Friday last week, on the 6th of March, demanding refunds for the previously imposed tariffs. And they think this is around $200 billion, across all countries. And so the quote, they said, the plaintiff requests that, consistent with the Supreme Court ruling, this court order the prompt refund with interest of any IEEPA duties paid by the plaintiff and provide any and all remedies that the court deems appropriate. And the paper names a number of parties that are connected with this, including the Office of US Trade Representatives, US Customs and Border Protection. There's a huge list of who they're targeting with this. And I mean, according to Eurogamer, it says Nintendo insists the defendants promptly refund the erroneous tariff payments with interest. But they've not, given an amount of exactly what they're expecting. But
yeah, I think a lot of people are suing the government now, aren't they?
I was going to say, I think there's quite a few.
There's a few companies, are doing this.
Come on, Mario, get him. Get him. Show him up for fucking. Come on, never been prouder to own a Switch 2, mate.
The little guy.
Never been prouder. I'm so proud.
I mean, it's difficult to imagine that, him facing any sort of consequences for his actions. So I don't know if this is going to go anywhere. No. But it'd be nice if it did.
Yeah, it would.
We'll see.
Yeah. Come on, Mario.
Capone had a good comment on the Romot forum about this, actually. Just saying, whatever Trump would say in response, and it was just they haven't had a good game since the Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Nintendo's trash.
Yeah. It's very sad. The whole thing.
Talk about Steel Diver.
So was that Christopher Walken?
Talk about Steel Diver. I've never been able to do Foo Fighters.
Oh, you're going to kill James. Stop it.
I know. I've never been able to do Trump, really.
I really wish I could, but it's probably for the best that I don't. If I did, I would not stop doing it if I could do a Trump impression every day.
By now, I'm happy to not do.
Oh, no. I would be doing it all day in the house to myself in front of the mirror on every show.
Yeah, but all of your impressions come across really, really dodgy, Matt.
I know I'm not great at accents, but I would love to do a great Trump accent.
Can I actually read you the quote for what Capone said? I think it's quite good.
Yeah, please, but also do it in a Trump impression.
Have I got to do it with the Trump voice?
Yeah, please.
I don't know if I can. Nintendo are a terrible company who have not made a good. Not
you
made
just sound tired. You sound like James Farley on weed.
They're a terrible company who have not made a good game since Zelda Ocarina of Time. Very sad. No. PlayStation has obliterated them. Metroid Prime 4 was a disaster, and their sticks are faulty, very broken.
I mean, every now and then Trump is, he's right
comedy
there.
Genius, yeah.
You can't. Okay. Is that it for the news, or have we got more?
No, we got more. So, next story is Nagoshi Studio is reportedly facing closure after NetEase have pulled the funding for Gang of Dragon. So, apparently NetEase made this decision after discovering that it was going to need an additional $44.4 billion to reach completion.
Did you say billion? It's million.
Sorry, million. Yeah, million.
Fucking hell, what was about to say?
How is this game?
NetEase have decided to buy Nintendo instead.
Just need 44 billion.
Holy shit.
Another 44 billion to build the game that they've used the same location for the last 17 years.
I'm low on oxygen. It's all going bad. And
right,
they were gonna. It's 44.4 million they wanted to reach completion.
I often think. Do you remember when Toz from Cranky Gamer went on a big rant that Destiny was the most expensive game ever made, and it was it Destiny? Was it one of those games that he didn't like? I know, because he liked Destiny. It must have been another one. But he went on a big rant about how no, because it was developed by Microsoft. This is why he hated it so much.
Yeah.
Halo Infinite, that was it. He said it's the most expensive developed game of all time at £200,000. And his co-host went, "That's not a lot of money." And he went, "Well, it's a lot of money to some people, mate," and really laid into him. And I was the beauty of it until we realised that it was actually 200 million. It was glorious. Still think about you, Toz. Still think about you. Okay.
But yeah, so Nagoshi has said that the studio is going to seek like additional funding from elsewhere. But this is like NetEase scaling back investment in international studios, and then there's also the noise now that the Trump administration are also looking at Tencent's involvement in American companies. You know, like for example, like Epic Games and presumably Riot as well. Aren't they like fully Tencent owned?
Possibly, yeah. Or
Yeah.
certainly partially.
So they might like force them to divest or whatever of those, which is bad. But this is sad because I mean the trailer for that looked pretty cool. Like
it looked great, yeah.
It looked really interesting, but yeah, maybe it won't happen now.
I can't see it coming out. Can you?
Well, it's less that. It's like the studio's going to close completely because of this. That's incredibly sad.
Yeah.
I know Ben in the chat saying it is sad because the actual Yakuza studio is. I mean, they're trying lots of things out.
Yeah,
and that's probably a good thing. But also, if you just like those games or the original ones, then it looks like you're not really getting those anymore.
Yeah.
So this, what Nagoshi was doing looked like a nice continuation of that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it'd be a shame.
Okay.
And the final story I've got is about EA laying off staff, which has just happened today. This is on the Monday across Battlefield Studios, and this is what EA have said. They said, "We've made select changes within our Battlefield organisation to better align our teams around what matters most to our community. Battlefield remains one of our biggest priorities, and we continue to invest in the franchise guided by player feedback and insights from Battlefield Labs." So the layoffs are going to impact workers at Criterion, DICE, Ripple Effect, and Motive Studios. And yeah, it's not been clear yet like how many people are being let go at all. But yeah, according to IGN, this is because there's like a realignment going on, which is
well, presumably, and I mean, like obviously, people losing their jobs is always awful. That I'm not defending this. Presumably, they want Battlefield 6 to last for many years, and paying a studio that built it to just keep it alive. I'm not saying that there's less work, but I'm sure there's different disciplines there, and it probably
but then usually you would take some of those staff and just put them onto something else, right?
Put them on other projects. Yeah, I think where we're going and where we have been going for a long time is that huge companies like EA look at games to have very, very long tails because it is cheaper to keep a game going than building something from the ground up, and constantly releasing new games is not the way to go. Giving the games that are popular a long tail is the way to make money. As a consumer and as someone likes to play as many games as possible, that sounds shit to me. But it's awful out there. It's awful out there, and a lot of people losing their jobs on a game that has been so successful, critically and commercially, is a worrying sign. It's a really worrying sign.
Mm-hmm. And that's it. That's all I got for the news this week, which has been a disaster. I'm sorry, but go on.
That's all right, mate. You're not very well, are you?
I've got a cold.
Why don't you just chill out now, like usual? You just chill out, put your feet up now, can't you? Till the end of the pod.
Thanks, David. Thank you.
What have you been playing, James? Should we start with Resident Evil Requiem?
Yeah, we can do that because I've played that and I finished it. And so has Matt. I think you've also played and
also done the same thing, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I think before, should I just say what I think of it before or do you want to talk about it first?
No, you go for it, yeah. You go.
Okay, so overall, I had a really good time with it. But I do feel like, I think the last third of the game, I think, is probably weaker than the opening, like, 2/3 section of it. I mean, mechanically, I think the game is excellent. Like, it feels really good to play. It's just, and like, I mean, we talked last week about the first and third person perspectives, which, I've been corrected on the fact that yes, you can change that for either character. They can both be played in either perspective. But I thought it worked very well. And I mean, one of my favourite sections I mean, we could talk about the fact that you go back to Raccoon City, right? Because that's in the trailers.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I've got to warn you. I have got a message this week that they were fuming that you mentioned a certain enemy last week.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Which one did? Oh, I better not mention it again. But
No,
yeah.
obviously,
Zombies.
but
Yeah.
someone
Oh, was it
was
the
very
zombies?
angry that you mentioned something on the show as a spoiler. So I would be very careful.
All right. Well, I better
James.
not say anything. But there's one sequence in this that, particularly because of the music that plays, I think
Yes,
is very
100%.
effective. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
very,
was
very
that the bit
effective.
in Raccoon City?
It is a bit in that
Okay, all right,
region.
gotcha.
It's in that area that happens. Yeah. But
Right, so
in the
now I know
Raccoons-
some music plays in Raccoon City. Thank you.
Yeah.
in the
Jesus
Raccoon
Christ.
City area.
But I mean, but then also I'd say that like the story, I think feels really like phoned in and not that good. I think overall.
It's just silly. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess Resi stories have always been silly anyway. They're really leaning into it, and there's lots of just like, well, why was that character even doing that? That doesn't even make sense. But I think with this game, it just you kind of have to just park your brain at the door and just enjoy the action for what it is. I wasn't like thinking, well, hang on, this doesn't make sense. It's a Resident Evil game. It's stupid by its very nature.
And one of the things I think I did like that they did was they totally lean into like just Leon as being this ridiculous action hero, complete with like quips that he delivers all the time, but completely like straight and deadpan. And it's just you're watching it like this is ridiculous, but it's also kind of fun. Having something like that. I think it works very well. But I mean, I would say like I think like the scares and all that kind of stuff, you get that a bit from the the front end of the game, but I think that kind of evaporates by I don't know about halfway through.
Yeah, I mean, these things tend to happen in Resident Evil games where, like, the start. I know Village, where you're like in, was it Count Dimitrescu or Lady Dimitrescu chasing around that place? I was like quite scary, and after a while, you just get used to it, and then you're out in the world doing other kind of mad stuff. And this game, I thought it was going to like fix that or change it a bit because you're swapping between Grace, which is by default playing in first person, you have less ammo, it's less action orientated, a bit more running away and bigger scares, whereas Leon's all the action. So I thought maybe they'll try and fix the thing that's kind of plagued the last 2 or 3, where the start is all tension and atmosphere, and then it just descends into madness and kind of you're shooting a million people with a million bullets, but it still does that, which is kind of disappointing.
I think they tried to fix that with the idea of like that the parts you're going to play as Leon are not going to be scary because of the fact you're tooled up with like loads of weapons and and it's an action game.
You've got a chainsaw, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But then also I mean the parts with Grace I think were intended to be like the sort of the creepier, more atmospheric parts, but even that I felt by the end it didn't really land.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Well, I mean, even earlier on, I mean, you can get enough tools with Grace. Well, I've got this ammo, got these I can't remember what they're called now, but basically these injections where you can craft them by draining the blood off enemies and combine them with scrap, and then I was always using them to like stealth kill enemies. So like the bit towards the end where, anyway, I won't say, but there's a bit towards the end, there's loads of quite lethal enemies. I had like 7 or 8 of these injector sticks with me. I'm like, bang, stealth kill. If I didn't have them, it would have been, a far different game. But I think I even halfway or a third of the way in, I had enough of those things, so her sections were less scary. Yeah, the start, I was like, oh man, this is quite tense because there are big enemies, wandering around where you are. I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna get chased. It's gonna be horrendous. But yeah, like even that tension, even with Grace, disappears. But I preferred her sections to Leon's in the end, because there was some action, but also the tension and the locations were awesome at the beginning. Whereas Leon's, I just didn't like him as much. I mean, it's still fun and silly. There's kind of like more in the Raccoon City area. I just didn't enjoy that as much. But when we talked after we finished it, you said you really enjoyed that kind of semi-open world Raccoon City area, but I wasn't as into it.
The reason I enjoyed it was because like the whole thing with Resident Evil 4, like one of the loops with that was like upgrading the weapons and like choosing which ones you were going to focus on and like getting them to like a high level, so then they just did ridiculous amounts of damage. And in the stage that we're talking about, that's kind of like they give you like a quite large playground to do that in, and it becomes. I found that really fun. Like it was really cool to like snipe things from like distance away with like a fully powered up hunting rifle and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That was cool. But
what I really enjoyed in like the earlier sections, particularly with Grace, like I actually enjoyed I guess it's classic Resident Evil gameplay, but others maybe would say it's monotonous. So I'm like, okay, go here. I've got 3 things on me. I've only got space for 2. I go to the save room. I put it in the trunk. Go back, take the key, open that door, go back, grab something, I put it in the trunk. I was really enjoying that the loop of that in itself was the puzzle, and going around these environments where okay, I think I've killed all the enemies. That's fine. Oh no, they've come back, or they've changed, or something's happened. So even when you think you've cleared out certain areas, certain environments, oh no, there's still lots of action and things that surprise you around every corner. I was really loving, in the clinic, like the first area.
Yeah.
And I think it's like another one after, I can't remember what it's called, and I won't want to spoil it now. But yeah, like I was really enjoying the kind of, the puzzle of in which order to achieve these tasks and take the keys here and grab that. And I thought that was just brilliant fun.
And that's why I really like. Because you see, Resident Evil 4, I can appreciate is a really good game. I replayed it actually quite recently, like the remake version.
The remake, yeah. I started it. I kind of, because I haven't played that properly since I played a bit of the VR version, but then I didn't really play it properly since I finished it on GameCube when it came out, and was it 2003 or 4, whatever it was. But I did start the remake, but other things came along. But
and it's funny because like going back and playing it again, I still feel like it's not a Resident Evil game in the sense of, obviously it is, but in the sense that it's a really action focused game, like compared with the earlier ones.
What is a Resident Evil game at this point? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's been so many of them, and they've been so different in places.
Well, that's the thing, because if you look at like the first 3 plus Code Veronica, they stuck to a pretty rigid template like through that, which was like the sort of the tank controls, the working out puzzles, and as Matt was describing, that you kind of do some of that in this as well at the beginning, and I wasn't terribly keen on the direction they took with 4, even though it was really good. Like, it was really enjoyable, but I felt it had lost something in terms of the exploration.
Resident Evil 4.
Yeah. It's
I get what you mean. It's like I can't do horror games. I love Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, I love Resident
Evil. If you love horror stuff,
that's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
the horror and the puzzle kind of aspects were really dialed down in 4, and it became much more of an action game, which is fine because it was really good. It was a very, very good action game. And I mean, 5 and 6, just continued in the same direction, which is why I liked 7 so much, because 7 was like a return really to sort of like it was still. There was the action elements, but it was still much more focused on the survival horror aspect of it. And I think that's what they've tried to do with this as well, with Grace's side of the story, was to retain that, but then put this the action stuff in as well.
Get this right. Like, I don't do this to prove a point, because it isn't proving a point. Right? I totally understand the points you're making there, but do you want to get freaked out, James? There was 4 years between Resident Evil and Resident Evil Code Veronica. There's been 26 years since. Do you know what I mean? Like
crazy,
what's happened to Resident Evil is in that time.
Yeah.
I think to say this isn't, this doesn't feel Resident Evil to me. I mean, to you, obviously, yeah, but that series is different now. It's just different.
Yeah, I mean, 4 was the turning point. Like that was when it shifted, like in tone, like quite like noticeably in a good way. It was still very, very good. I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's just it didn't feel at the time.
Have a guess what year that came out?
Was that 2003 or 2004 or something?
5, yeah,
2005.
more recent actually.
Okay.
5, yeah, but still 21 years ago.
Yeah,
holy shit.
For me, I'm not sure if you feel the same, James, but this does feel like almost like a greatest hits to Resident Evil games.
Yeah.
Like they've tried to use Grace, as you said, as the survival horror stuff. You've got Leon as action. You've got kind of a lot of references to old games and stuff. It feels almost like I'm fascinated to know where to go from here on out, because I think the dual protagonist thing works really well. But I'm kind of still a bit surprised that it still feels like the back half of his game doesn't live up to what the first half does. Also, James, in the parlor in the clinic, which is like a parlor, you can collect coins in the first environment, and you can use them coins to go to the parlor, and you can upgrade things like extra storage space. In there's like a roulette. There's like a roulette table. How many times did you spin that thinking you can land on green and win loads of coins? Because I must have played for like 5 minutes. I was like, is it? And I was like, no, it's 15 again. I was 27 now. It's 41. Hang on, like, can I win this? I mean, you clearly can't, but
no, you can. That's the thing, because
I was listening green.
No, I was listening to Nextlander, and they were talking about this, and like what you have to do is you have to shoot the like because it only gives you 3 numbers ever come up, and so what you have to do is you just shoot the numbers on the table, which are there, and then it does pay out. I mean, you only get like 1 coin, but that it does
really?
pay out. Yeah,
Okay.
which is
Well, as you physically with your gun, you shoot the
Yes.
numbers on. Okay, interesting.
yeah, and then eventually it will land on one of those, and you get a coin. But
there's other stuff I want to say, but I'm worried about spoilers now because
me too.
the end was weird.
Yes,
but
there's been a lot of discussion about that. I think if anybody's interested and doesn't care about spoilers, you can read a lot of the complaints about that because it's a bit odd. I think the way that that all comes about.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say anything for spoilers. I loved it. I was worried at the beginning it was going to be too scary because I didn't play 7 because 7 was too intense. Do you think I could play 7?
Yeah, I think you probably could. It is
VR.
definitely don't play VR. I played that. I played that in VR and I was terrified. Like by that, it was horrible. Like when somebody comes at you with a chainsaw.
Little baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But no,
I would not play these games. I'm clearly joking. I would not play these games. They are way too scary for me.
I mean, I genuinely did get like the chills on multiple occasions when like it's all dark or you're getting chased or you can feel like an enemy in nearby, like which is, I don't know, a bit sad to say. But I got through it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. At the start, I was like, oh man, this might be too much. There was some pausing, I'll be honest with you. But then after a while, I felt powerful enough. And I think the way they handled, I mean, James said this last week, so I can say it. The way they handled the larger enemies didn't feel that scary. I think like you knew the limits. It didn't feel the same as like, when I've been chasing Resident Evil 2 with Mr. X or Nemesis in 3, where I'm like, they could be anywhere and fuck me up. It just felt a bit different. So, but I think as a spectacle, it worked really well. And, I'm fascinated to know where they go next with Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Because this feels like, it feels like a greatest hit. So, do it go a different direction? It feels like this is the combination of an art.
They're definitely not going to stop.
No,
they'll be rolling these out quite frequently, I think.
For sure. And obviously, next rumor is, the coming rumor is that the Code Veronica remake is happening. I love that on Dreamcast. So fascinating to see what they do with that, how much they change. I mean, I never played 5 and 6. I mean, I saw them. They didn't look great and I didn't bother. I mean, if they go down that, I mean, I'm sure they will go down and do them, but that they may require significant changes.
It's funny
5 would not be a good one to remake, would it? That was I think that was a bit of a disaster. Game,
it's not it's not shit. It's just the co-op stuff just didn't really work, and obviously
it didn't really work. But also
really
the setting was a bit shit, and actually the puzzles and all that sort of stuff. It was definitely a step down, a massive step down.
That Resident Evil 5 was a game that made me despise QTEs as well because they went overboard with that. Like, and it was like there was one way. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have to like just like hammering it, and it was just like it was horrible. Didn't like that.
There are, however, a number of new games that have been released this week, and I'm interested to hear what you think of Planet of Lana 2, James, because I know you and Sean have been playing this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm about 3 or 4 hours into this now, and
you spoke about Planet of Lana a couple of. Was it you that played it a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, I played it.
So you're quite fresh off of that first game.
Yeah, which is why I feel very strange about this game because it's funny because I watched like some of the trailers for this before it came out, and the way that the developers were talking about it, I thought it was going to be significantly expanded, like on the first game. I'm about, as I said, about 3 to 4 hours in, and it feels like you are like sort of continuing from where the first game left off, but it doesn't feel like an evolution, if you know what I mean. It feels like just a continuation, and that's not to say that I'm not enjoying it because I am. It's I like this game. I'm having a pretty good time with it, but there aren't really. I don't feel there's any like sort of new gameplay mechanics really that much, and it plays kind of identically to the first game.
I mean, I'm only about an hour and a half in, something like that, and it's I don't know. It's not really. It's clearly good. It's not really grabbing me particularly. Like I'm certainly, because I never finished the first one. I have felt a bit like, well, I might as well have gone back to the first one and finished it. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing about this where I'm like, oh, holy shit! Like it looks gorgeous. So did the first game, but more so this time. I think the problem, and I think this is what Dave was saying about the first game, is sometimes where it often feels like you work the puzzle out pretty quickly in your head, but then the actual doing of it takes that like so much
Feels
longer
laboured,
than
right?
the fun part is figuring it out, but then it'll be like, but there's an enemy stalking you while you're doing this puzzle, and you're just like, right, okay, so I've got to just do it. Feels a bit like busy work sometimes, some of the puzzles.
Yeah, this is for those of people that don't know what this is at all, it's a side-scrolling action puzzle game, right?
Yeah.
Where you are, what is it? It's an alien invasion on whatever planet you are, the planet of Lana or whatever.
Not quite. It does a really nice recap of the first game.
Yeah, I started it. I really appreciate the fact there's a recap, and I played the first one ages ago now. So this is great. Like they're actually genuinely recapping what happened in the first game for those who may have played it ages ago and don't remember, or for new players. I thought that was really, really well done. And James, as you have recently played the first one, was that literally just the first game kind of cup, or had they changed things? I wasn't sure. Like,
there was
if
nothing
it was
changed as far as
so. It really was literally like this is a swift recap.
One of the things that was quite cool with it was when because at the beginning they said, this is the only they have a voiceover which is like in English, and then they said, but the rest of the game is not voiced. Like it's and
it is voiced, isn't it? But it's a made up language. So it's kind of So when it does the recap, it's like there'll be subtitles for the recap. But the whole point is the rest of the rest of it is for your interpretation. Basically.
Exactly, yeah, and that worked very well, I thought. Because it is definitely open to interpretation, which is one of the cooler.
And it's not like it's not like they're just speaking like Simlish or whatever. It's like there's enough consistency with sort of internal consistency with the language they are using, but you're not supposed to literally interpret it. Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't an alien invasion game. Are you sure?
There weren't aliens. I don't want to spoil it.
Like robes or whatever. Oh, right, okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah, but things certainly invaded, but it's up to. Yeah.
I mean, one of the major things that they have added to this so far that I've come across has been there's a lot of swimming, a lot of underwater sections, which I don't recall them being in the first game, like stuff like that, and. It's funny because as I was playing it, I was thinking, I can see why these are in here because it is kind of interesting. But also, has there ever been a game that has good underwater bits that are really fun? Because I never enjoy them. It's it makes things.
They're always a bit stressful, and especially because there's no. And I'm not, I get that there's no HUD in this game, and I think it does generally deals with that really well. But also, whenever you're underwater, you're like, well, I know there's a time limit. I know I've only got so much oxygen, so you're trying to. Again, you're trying to pull the levers of a puzzle, and you're constantly thinking, "Oh shit, I better go back up for air now because I've not quite done this as efficiently as possible." And also, there are sea monsters chasing you a lot of the time as well. It's fuck me. I don't know. Stuff like that just it's a bit too much friction for me, I think.
But I would also say, I mean, as you said, Sean, it looks incredible, and the atmosphere is absolutely terrific, and there's so many musical sort of parts. Which remind me of Star Wars. Yeah. And what I mean by that particularly is like like some of the scores which from Star Wars that are like the sort of like scenes of desolation and stuff like on Hoth and things like that. They really ape, I feel, like a lot of those like throughout the game. And there's parts which really it feels like a Star Wars, like this is a Star Wars game actually, set on this planet, and which was really cool. I really really enjoyed that. There's a lot of
it could be a story about a scavenger or Star Wars. Yeah,
especially there's a part that I got to where it's really really on the nose like that. It feels like that, and you've even I've no, because I'll spoil stuff, so I won't say anything. But
I'll say the last session I had on it, I turned it off because I reached a bit where you're up a mountain and you're going through some caves, and there's wind sort of intermittently blowing through sort of towards the camera, and you've got to get through so you got to get back to the like a bit where you're shielded from the wind before the wind starts up again. I'm just like, guys, I played inside as well. It was great, but it's this pretty, again, it's very on the nose, this. But yeah. The puzzles are good though.
Yeah, they are fun. Like for me, I find that they're like the right level of like I can understand how to do this without it irritating me, which is why I like it. It's
and it does a good job. It reminded me a bit of, remember we talked about Cocoon, how that did a really good job of like puzzles can be complicated, but you're pretty much always looking at pretty much everything you need. There's no like, oh, do I need to go back to like the previous? I mean, maybe it gets more complicated later on, but you're always kind of neatly closed off from the things you don't need anymore. And
Yeah.
sort of, does a good job of that stuff for sure.
Yeah, it really is like, whatever room you're in, the solution is there actually, and
Yeah.
you can figure it out. You just need to think about it. It's really good. It's just but it doesn't feel like a sort of like a quantum leap, like in terms of like over the first one.
It's tough, isn't it?
boy.
Because I think indies get a bit more scrutiny when it comes to that stuff. Because if like a AAA game, well, what are you shaking your head at? Go on.
No, it's just Dave saying, "Oh boy." It's,
Yeah, I think if AAA studio does something that does well, you kind of expect them to do another one, right? Because like, well, it's proven success. Why wouldn't you? I feel like with indie studios, you don't necessarily expect that. Or like if an indie studio is just going right, it just says right, we're going straight into a sequel to our game. You kind of think, oh shit, they must have like loads more ideas or they places they want to take it. So when you play something like this, and it's like, oh, it is like it's good, but it's kind of more of the same. You judge them a bit more harshly, I guess, than a bigger studio. I don't know.
Shouldn't though, because it's great. This is a very good game. I mean, I'm still very much enjoying it.
Just while we're talking about games like this, can someone help me? I'm trying to remember. There was a side-scrolling puzzle game, very much like Planet of Lana 2, where you start off in a front room, I think with your wife and baby, and it must have come out within the last 5 to 6 years. And there's an alien invasion there. You start in a house.
Oh, yes, I remember that because it was kind of isometric.
What was that?
Because I wanted to play that, and I never did.
It was isometric.
It was on an Xbox show.
Yeah, it was on.
Yeah,
I
think it was. I think it was more side scrolling than it was isometric, and very detailed. And
It wasn't called this,
bathroom.
but it was like, yeah, go on.
Go on. No,
it's something like Somerville or something.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's not Somerville, but it's something like that. Actually, Somerville is what Ben says.
It's called Somerville.
It's
Yeah,
spelled with an O. Yeah, Somerville spelled with an O. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Ben's put it in the chat as well. Thank you, Ben.
Why does it? Maybe I'm getting these two games mixed up because when I think of Planet of Lana, I think how slow and laboured it was. But then when I watched some footage of it the other day, I thought, holy shit, I played way more of this than I remember. And I think maybe I did play most of Somerville, actually. Looking at this now, I did play most of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember it quite.
I don't know if I got that name. I was so convinced also it wasn't called that, even though that's what it reminded me of.
Something like Somerville.
It's something like it's not Somerville, but it's like it. Oh no, wait, it is literally that. Okay.
It is. Lots of people in the chat saying it wasn't good. Okay. Okay. Well, do you mind if I pick up from here? I have been playing Marathon. Marathon finally come out this week. I should say I got a code for this. As we did Planet of Lana, being fully open about these things. No, but I did get a code for Marathon.
Legally, we have to now, right? I think we have to actually say.
Do we?
I think that's the thing now. Yeah.
No one's told us. No.
I mean, also Resident Evil Requiem as well.
Tell us, Dave. Who's?
Oh, did you? Did you get Resident Evil as a code?
Yeah, Resident Evil's also.
So fucking hell. Oh, we have been taking you for a ride.
You can't trust a single word we've said. Is what I'm saying.
I don't think Marathon's very good. I'm really just not. It's funny, isn't it? Because we were saying last week how you shouldn't really compare it to Art Raiders because it's going for a different thing. But on Saturday, I sat down and I texted the group saying I'm available to play games, although I'd made plans to play Marathon with John and his brother, and but they weren't ready to play yet. So my mate Jay said, "Do you want to do a couple of art raids?" I was like, "Yes, I absolutely do." I did 2. One of them, we decided to go and hunt some leapers and some spotters to get some of the stuff that we needed to get our trophies and stuff like that. So I was doing that. And it was just fucking brilliant. Like, we were blowing up. We're at a stage now where we're pretty much not scared. The only thing we're really scared of is a matriarch. But like, even then, and I'll come to that, we're just not really that scared of the arc anymore. I mean, you can totally come unstuck. Like there is that. You can find yourself surrounded by arc and you're in trouble. But for the most part, we just, it's fine. we took out leapers, we took out a bombardier, we took out loads of spotters. We ran around, had a really good time, got out. Then we said, fuck it, let's go for a matriarch. So we did a matriarch. This was it as well. There was 3 raids because we did a matriarch and we were loving that. And then we thought, "Do you know what? Let's just run around Stella Montis." Now, those of you that know Art Raiders know that Stella Montis is not only dangerous from an arc point of view because there are enemies called shredders there, and they actually, unless you're tooled up for them, they can be quite challenging. They can be quite easy if you've got the right weapons, but one wrong step and you can get torn apart. But also the fact that for some reason on that map, these are maps that I'm describing, by the way, on that map, if you come across another group of raiders, they will be hostile. It just seems like it's understood that on Stella Montis, it's way more hostile than the other maps, right?
I think Stella Montis solos is all right, relatively.
Yeah.
But generally speaking,
we were in a
it's where
group
a lot of the PvP
we were in a
is
group of 3.
hung out, yeah.
So we were running around Stella Montis, not giving a shit. My mate needed as many shredder items as possible, so we were taking those out. And then all of a sudden, we come across a team that tried to take us out. So we ducked into a thing, and we just went into proxy chat and just started singing songs. We were singing, "Oh, pump it up, you gotta pump it up, don't you know?" And love me, and then we just heard the other guys laughing, and they were, well, "We don't want to kill you now. That's good. Let's just go on our merry way and just carry on singing." And then we heard them singing songs as they ran off, and we ran off as that sang songs. And then we met again at the train station. I just thought, this is fucking brilliant, right? And we got out and we did all our stuff. And then I got a text from John saying, "Come over to Marathon." And I loaded up Marathon, and I just thought, this is fucking boring. This is boring. We selected our missions that we needed to do. We all had different missions to do. The missions tend to be go to this place and activate this terminal.
Yeah.
And then you see like some of the enemies in that, the PvE stuff in that, and none of them are interesting to fight. It's not fun to fight. Those little bug things are just fucking annoying.
Yeah.
And then we did like on Sunday night we did like 3 raids where we just got taken out by a team over and over again. And I was like, do you know what? This feels like a sort of half decent competitive shooter, slower paced competitive shooter, but when you die, you lose everything. Like, do you know what I mean? And then we launch in with a free loadout, but our weapons are nowhere near as good as everyone else's. We just got taken out over and over and over again. And I felt no progression. I don't like the world. I don't like the settings. Me and John had a bit of an argument on Saturday because he was like, "You don't know the world because you don't watch the cutscenes." The cutscenes I find so fucking irritating with the sounds and it's like in your face and the flashing images. I'm like, this isn't fun to watch. Like, again, Art Raiders does the same thing, and it's someone going, "Thank you, you have put a flag up," and that is that. It's not the most thrilling thing ever, but it's simple and it's presented in the most easy watching way that you could possibly get. And you go, "Yeah, I did put that flag up, didn't I? Yeah, and that is going to help us fight the arc. Is it good?" Whereas this is like screaming and bleeps and shit.
So
I hate the way it looks.
I quite like the aesthetic in Marathon. I do.
I don't know how though. What is there to like? It's awful.
I think that might be it. I think it's just because it's so unusual, and I think it's sort of whether it's good or bad isn't even the point anymore. I'm just like, well, I've certainly not seen anything like this before. So
no, I've not seen a mask with some bugs crawling over it as the game's loading. I guess that might be interesting, but then when you load into the world and you see it's these red blocky buildings everywhere, and you go, okay, and then we go, well, let's try a different map, and you go there and you go, this looks the same to me. Whereas, maybe I'm wrong, but when I play something like Art Raiders, it feels very different wherever you're landed. Like Buried City is very distinctive. Like I think that map is incredible, by the way. Like the more I play Buried City, the more I appreciate how it's put together. I don't know. There's part of me that goes, it's not for me, and it's trying something different. But there's also part of me going, what? But I actually find it so boring. There's, obviously there's depth to it, and maybe I need to work my way to a point where I find it interesting, but the journey is as much as the destination, right? When it comes to gaming, you can't say, oh, it'll be crap for 15 hours and then it will get good, because I don't want to spend 15 hours doing crap when I've got a game that does something quite similar, but every moment of it is fun. Like every moment of it is tense and interesting, and it does new things. And ultimately, Art Raiders is really fun to play. And I'm playing this game, and I'm like, I'm having no fun playing this at all.
So what
No
would they
fun.
have to do to modify this then to make you more interested in it? Do you think?
Right, I tell you, there's two main things. The first would be to make the enemies interesting to fight. I think that's a really important thing. I think when you come across a group of enemies in this game, you go, oh, for fuck's sake. Whereas when you come across a group of enemies in Art Raiders, you go, I love picking off the fucking the little rotators, the engines on the wasps, or the I love doing that and watching them, spin out and crash against the floor, or using electric grenades to take down flying enemies is like, it's really satisfying. I like the fact that these balls roll out of nowhere and you're like, oh! And you try to shoot them quickly before they get near you and all that sort of stuff. Here you see an enemy and you go, oh, okay, I don't, it's all right. A lot of and then there's ones that take more bullets, and they chuck grenades at you, and you go, okay, I'm getting nothing satisfying out of fighting these. They need to improve that. I think when you come across another team in this, there's no interesting interactions at all. It never happens. I don't think I've heard another voice in that game. And I'm not saying every game needs that. I'm just saying it makes those moments when you meet another team way more interesting in Art Raiders. When you see another team in this, you start firing, and you either win or lose. Whereas in Art Raiders, you can lose and also beg the person to pick you up and save your life, and then have a chat with them, and or curse them out, or you've got that aspect.
Yeah, when you said last week that there isn't even an option of being able to revive someone.
Apparently not.
Surely they'll bring that in. It feels like something they'll do.
You'd hope so, but again, I don't think that's what they're going for. And like, the missions are not fun to do. The world doesn't interest me at all. I think it looks shit, and I can't.
Graphically, I know you don't like the style.
Graphically, I think it looks really bad. I think you could argue with me that the menu stuff and the style around the game looks all right. But when you jump into the game, I don't think I'll ever understand anyone saying it looks good. Do you know what pisses me off the most? You will walk into a building and see graffiti, and if you walk close to that graffiti, you can see the pixels of the where the low, where it's, and I'm like, this is supposed to be graffiti, man. What the fuck? Like, Left 4 Dead looked better than that when it comes to the sort of environmental story building and stuff. It's just, it's not for me. I can't see me booting it up again. I think I've decided that if I'm going to spend my time playing a game like this, I need to play, Helldivers or Arc Raiders. They're the ones that sort of every moment I'm playing that I'm having fun. And it really hit me last night, Sunday night. I was just like playing it, and we did 3 raids where we got killed straight away. We did 2 raids where we killed other people and then escaped. And I just went, I'm not having fun at all. Not enjoying this at all. So I think that's probably going to be behind me now. It'd be really interesting to see where Bungie go from here. It'd be really interesting to see, because I know this isn't doing too well, and I can see the drop off being quite severe within the next month or two. And I know we say it'll find its audience. I'm not convinced that it will anymore.
Not with Art Raiders sitting there.
No, and there are some people saying, oh, it could be the death of Bungie. I don't think it will be. I think Sony have invested way too much into Bungie for them to just think. I mean, you're talking a lot of money they've invested into Bungie.
Was it 3 billion they bought them for?
Something like
they're not
that.
going to close a £3 billion investment, I don't think.
For them to just drop them based on one game, I think maybe this might be the wake up call that you have to go, do you know what? But just let Bungie do what they do best. You know, let them work on a Destiny 3 or let them work on a fast paced first person shooter game. And of course, those arguments will always be there that this is not the Bungie that we know. You know, that studio has changed a lot in the past 10, 15 years. But still, you know, it would be nice to see Bungie do what they do best. I don't think this is their best work. I don't think it's anywhere near their best work. And that is a shame. That is a shame because I think Bungie working on an extraction shooter after what I played of Ark makes me go, that could be cool. I don't think this is cool. I do not think this is cool.
Like the chat, we had last week. I probably wasn't clear enough that I was really excited about this going in. And it was like this whole thing, because now my wife really loves playing Ark Raiders. I had to be like, look, I might be moving on to something else now.
Like, I'm seeing someone else.
Yeah. And then, after like 2 days, I was like, no, I think we're all right, to be honest.
Did you have to walk back in with your towel between your legs?
Yeah.
You know all that stuff I said about moving on, actually.
Yeah, grass isn't greener.
Didn't mean it. So I think another thing that probably doesn't help Marathon, and this is a very cynical way of looking at it, but the whimsy in Ark Raiders and the funny conversations and the interactions you have with people make for really good social clips. And I don't think Marathon...
Oh, I think that helps.
I think Marathon does that in the same way. And I think plenty of people have probably gotten involved with Ark Raiders because they saw clips of people being funny and doing funny things on it.
Definitely. It's why I've started
playing. You're not going to see that with
Yeah, for sure. Way. You're not going to see that. But there's also other things like the fucking loot. The loot, the shit that I'm picking up, I'm going, I don't care. Ark Raiders straight away goes, here's some things to look for. You know, like the first thing you'll look for is a dog collar, right? And it goes, here's a thing to look for out there. And you go out into the world and you find one and you're like, fucking hell, I got one. Holy shit, okay. And then you hand that in and it goes, oh, here's some other stuff. And all right, it's a little bit,
to play devil's advocate, the first time I played, I was like, I've just collected, a radio, wires, a cup. Like, what is all this shit? It's only after a while you kind of get an idea about what you actually need and what you don't need. But at first, it's overwhelming and confusing.
The thing is, when Ark Raiders is saying, right, now go find some wires or recycle them or whatever, or it goes, right, now go find this, now do this. It's instructive. It's building you up and it's teaching you what you are going to need to do. Whereas Marathon, those early missions, just when the early missions are like smash 15 windows, I'm like, what? Why? What am I learning doing that? What's that teaching?
Oh, is that
me?
I haven't seen that. The ones I've seen was go to this building and get this data key, then go to the terminal right next to it and use it, which actually is not too dissimilar to some of the missions in Ark Raiders. Like, it's fair to say there are a fair few of those in Ark Raiders where it's like, take this battery to this, the field depot and put it in, right? Okay. But
then in doing that,
it's
you
getting
learn...
there and doing it.
Doing that, you're like, oh right, this is a thing I can keep an eye out
for
going forward, and it's a useful thing to know.
Yeah.
Whereas Marathon be like, go to this doohickey and push a button on it. Why? Because that's the mission. Do you know what I mean?
I really think a large aspect of this is that the reason that I think Ark Raiders is definitely, I think, the superior game is the community building aspect as well. Like the fact that when you go out, into like Dam and stuff like that, you feel like you're part of something, which, because of the fact that you can have these conversations with other people as well. Like I was playing with somebody the other day where it's just like, you just go up to like the buildings, you're like, oh, hey, we're just going to check out these buildings. Are you, hopefully you're cool with that. If you're not, let us know and we'll move on, to the next one or whatever. And it's just nice because you just feel like you're building.
I'd shoot you dead.
Thanks. Yeah. But maybe you should be playing Marathon then, because that's what it felt like when we played that.
I know what you're saying, but it's more the fact that it's, for me, it's not so much those. This is a part of it. What you're saying is a part of it, but for me, it's stories, right? Yeah. I come away from a night on Ark Raiders going, this happened, then this happened, and then we got into this and we got into that, and that's what that Saturday showed me. Is that those 2 or 3 raids we did on the Saturday, I was like, oh my god, all this shit happened while we were playing this game, and that's really fun. And then I played 2 nights of marathon, and I couldn't tell you a single story. There was a bit where I nearly didn't make the export, but even that, right? That's a really good example. So there's a bit where basically to get out of the raid in marathon, you activate your terminal and then you wait around, and sometimes you could be attacked by other people, sometimes you could be attacked by the enemies, all exactly the same as marathon, right? The concept is the same. And say with Helldivers, let's chuck that in there as well. You're activating something that takes a while to activate, and then if you survive to the end, you make it out alive. When you did that in Helldivers, you were surrounded by really cool enemies to kill, right? And it was all kicking off, and you're getting each other up, and all this sort of stuff. When I did it in Arc Raiders, the one where I didn't quite make it, I was on the floor and I was crawling towards a terminal, and I was just pulling the switch as I got shot in the back. With this one, I sort of just slowly walked into the circle, and then I went, and it was like,
yeah.
Okay. Like there's no drama there.
Feels
There's
like
no
it's like an anticlimax.
Got to
It's
be
like,
there
total
for the
anticlimax,
time to
yeah.
run out. Yeah.
and that's and that's what this game's missing for me, and that's that excitement, and that it's not a game that I'm going to be playing anymore of, I don't think. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, it could turn into something. I'm just very doubtful that Sony are going to pursue this if the numbers continue to drop. The way they have been over the past 4 days that it's been out.
Yeah, because it is early days.
It is.
Arc Raiders had months of updates and changes and whatnot,
Totally.
and I'm sure Destiny. Say we want about Bungie, they have always listened to the community and
sure,
tried to change things for the better. That's why Destiny, has been great at points and less so at other points. But they've generally listened to the community to do what they can to make it better. So who knows where we'll be in 6 months' time? It's just whether this game will actually be here in 6 months' time.
My concern is Sony gonna fund it getting to that point, and I'm sort of not convinced that they will. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll prove me wrong, but I don't think they will say let's pile more money into this and then make it work. But who knows?
It's tough.
On a complete flip side of everything that I've just said about Marathon, Minishoot Adventures, we mentioned it earlier, that came out on the Switch and pretty much everything, right? I didn't know this was coming out on Game Pass as well. I instantly bought it for the Switch and didn't realise that this was coming out on everything. I'm assuming it's PS5.
Though, right? Like when I played it, it was 90% Steam Deck time, I think. But
yeah. So this game, as I say, come out a couple of years ago. When it did come out, I was like, I wish I could play that, but it's Steam only. And everyone that did play it said that David would love this. And they are absolutely right. This has been fucking brilliant.
great,
I'm right near the end now. I have loved every second of it. I think I must have put about 12, 13 hours in. The game's not that long, but I've been doing all the side stuff, trying to find every bit of that map. Minishoot Adventures is a twin stick shooter / Zelda game, where you go over an overworld and you go into dungeons and you do puzzles, but all the action, instead of swinging your sword about, is all done through twin stick shooting. James, play this, you will love it. Like, without a shadow of a doubt, you will come away from this going, this is fucking excellent.
Yeah, it's on my wish list. I might get it after I've finished with Planet of Lana, because it looks good.
Yeah, just get it on Switch. It's perfect on Switch 2. I'm loving it on Switch 2. Although the loading times sometimes is a problem.
Oh, really?
But yeah, you literally, you start off, you level up in the usual ways that you do with twin stick shooters, where your range gets bigger, your spread gets bigger. It's like a skill tree. The more enemies you kill, the more you level up, and every time you level up, you can add to your skill tree with points. It then does you've got a new way of playing now. Like, at the end of pretty much every dungeon, it goes, here's a cool new gimmick that will help you traverse the world in a different way. Slightly different. No, it doesn't go crazy, but it has some slightly good upgrades that sort of change the way that you navigate the world. is fucking phenomenal. Really, like it looks beautiful. It plays perfectly. It's just the right level of challenge. I'm playing on whatever the default mode is. So you've played this, Sean, right? Did you play it all the
finished
way
it back in the
through?
day. Yeah. Finished it. I did think all of the like extra stuff as well. I mean, there isn't loads of it, but again, as you say, the level of challenge in it is pretty much spot on. Like
Yeah.
the end game stuff, is completely optional. Yeah, it's really hard, but it's not silly. Like it's
No, but
all
some of the
totally
main
doable.
game is quite hard, right?
Yeah,
There
yeah,
are moments
yeah.
in that main game that I was, it took me 3 or 4 attempts to get through,
Mhm.
which feels about right, considering the length of some of the battles
Yeah.
can go on for a while. But the upgrades, the super shot upgrade is fucking fantastic. And just I pretty much adore everything about it. I think I've got 2 minor complaints. Firstly, I don't really know why they've gone for spaceship/forest aesthetic. There is part of me that's kind of like, you should have set this all in space and done interesting things with traversal around
Yeah.
space. However, I do wonder if that would just be replace the trees with asteroids that might not be quite as cool to look at after a while. But I think there is part of me that's like, why is there a spaceship flying through a forest? Like that doesn't. Okay,
At ground
I
level
think
the entire time.
you could have gone off a little bit and actually created something even more special. I've had a few bugs here and there. Like there's been a few moments where I've been caught in scenery or something that wasn't spoke. There's a bit where if you go too fast past an area, the camera focuses in on something, and I was like, "Is it trying to tell me something?" Or, oh no, it's just the camera's glitched. And then, as I said, the loading times can be a bit of a pain. But other than that, fucking what a game. James, honestly, I was playing it just thinking, you need to play this, mate.
Yeah,
This is right up your street.
I'm definitely gonna. Because
just remember, 2 years ago, we didn't nominate it for Game of the Year. Just keep that in.
not on one of those. That's
Keep it in
depressing.
mind.
Well, there's
Can-
the thing.
can we
So it's one of
nominate it
those
this
that
year?
was like, I should wait because if I nominate it when it's come out on PC and not on everything else, it'll die, and then 2 years later, it can't be renominated. So,
Yeah.
just be
I
aware.
mean, I
That's
was
the only
always
reason I didn't nominate it. I think.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I was always going to love it. I mean, I looked at it. It's one of those games that I just went, so it's like it was made for me. And playing it, I just go, yeah, it feels like it's made for me as well. I fucking love that game. Minishoot Adventures. If you haven't had the chance to play it, get it. It's on everything now. And you will not be disappointed. It's just a really fun game to play. Cool, and not too long. I think it's only supposed to be 7 to 10 hours if you're just focusing on the main stuff. But
Yeah, I think so.
for me, I just want to completely cover the whole map. And James, you'll be happy to know that you get lost quite a bit in it.
Really?
Quite a few times where you've got no real idea of where to go, so you've got to find your way. It's nice,
Right.
even though it gives you indicators of where you're supposed to go. It's pretty confusing maze to get there. So yeah, it's cool. Very, very good. Last thing I want to talk about. I got sent a little gift this week, an Evercade Alpha, which is a tabletop arcade machine. Sean, what do you know about Evercade? Like, I didn't know much about Evercade until I heard about this. What do you know about them?
So range of devices that play old games, but they're doing everything the right way, right? You buy the games on little cartridges, everything's properly licensed and above board. And I gather they are decent pieces of kit. It's just that obviously the reality is they're competing against similar devices where people just download everything. But I gather they are really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I hadn't even seen these, but they do have full boxed games with these pretty nifty looking cartridges, which obviously, look, there are different Evercades that you can buy. Like there's handheld ones, there's like sort of game unit ones that console ones that you plug into the telly and stuff. The Alpha, the one that I was sent, is like this tabletop arcade machine. Which feels perfect for what Evercade's trying to do, right? I am fascinated by the business model and how it works and how popular it is. I don't know how many of these things they've sold.
Been going long
I,
enough, I think. I think it must be doing
yeah.
okay. But yeah.
I mean, obviously, and they're still releasing cartridges. Like these are the one that I bought recently, the Taito 3 arcade, which to give you an idea, it's got 9 games on it, and it
I was
was
going to say they're all like little
19.99.
compilations, aren't they? It's not like
Yeah,
give
yeah.
us 25 quid for Street Fighter 2. Like it's
No, that's it. So you're paying about 20 quid for about 6 or 9 games, depending on what cart you're getting. And we fucking love it. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what the handheld machines are like. I've not used any of those. I've not used any other hardware. But the little arcade machine has just been a massive hit in this house. We've had a Pandora's Box before, right, which is a 2-player arcade unit that Ian sent over, and you have to plug it into a telly and all this sort of stuff. The problem with that is that we had to keep getting it out, and then we put it back, and then we got it out, and then some games didn't run that well. And well, apparently by the time I gave it back, the HDMI port was starting to play up, you know. Right. So the quality of it, the build quality wasn't that great. And then when we got this thing, I got it out of the box, and I was like, it's such a fucking thing of beauty. It looks beautiful. It's quite small, and it's quite nice to have on the side in the dining room. So I've wired it all up, set it all up, and we just started playing it. And Charlie is obsessed with it. Like, he's absolutely obsessed with it. So I bought the Taito one with Puzzle Bobble. So we've been playing a lot of Puzzle Bobble. It's got a few older games on it, and also a football game that we've been playing and enjoying. And then today we got the Neo Geo, one of the Neo Geo collections.
Oh, nice. What's it got on it?
Which it's got Metal Slug 3.
Yeah.
Which I just thought Charlie's going to adore this. And I mean, when I got home, he put it straight in and played Metal Slug 3 for about 45 minutes straight. Like, he absolutely loved it. It's got a little button to put coins in, and he's just building up his credits and just playing through it. What else? Hold on. I'll tell you what it's got on it. It has got Metal Slug 3, King of Fighters 97, Twinkle Star Spirits, which I know is quite a popular game.
I don't think I've played that.
Yeah, I'm sure I've played that before. Super Sidekicks, I don't know what that is. Samurai Showdown 2 and Ghost Pilots. It's also got a football game on it as well, actually. Again, that's got 6 games. Also, the machine came preloaded with some Street Fighter games, which is kind of strange, actually. The cabinet looks brilliant because it's got all the Street Fighter art around it, and it's got, you know, the stuff that you had on Championship Edition. However, it's a single player unit. Like, there's only one. You can play 2-player on it, but you have to plug a controller into it, and also you're standing over it, so it feels weird to play it like that. So we've just been playing 1-player games on it.
Which what controllers can you plug in?
The Evercade ones. So I think they're the branded one. I don't think you can. Maybe you can put. I need to look into it. I know there is still quite a few bits that I need to look into. So there's that, and there's also the fact that this is the most disappointing thing for me, but I'm hoping there's a workaround. So if I'm playing Puzzle Bobble, I'm putting a coin in, I'm playing it, I get on the leaderboard, right? It feels just like the old arcade machine, right? You're putting your initials in, and then when you turn it off, they're gone, and every time you boot up the game, it's like a fresh one. Right. However, it does have save states, so you could say, right, save it from here, but I then have to say to Harry, right, no, load that save every time you want to play that game.
Right,
so you boot the game up. You boot the game up, you press the menu button, you load the game, and then it will have all my saves on it, right? All my scores on it. But I just want it to do that automatically, actually. I want it to automatically save my scores, so we can just have this rolling thing. Because I'm also thinking
I will just say, just because I know people will write in if I don't.
Go on.
So the Batasera setup that I have on the CRT TV, that does do that. It does like auto load and save when you quit or load up a game. So that's not like that's something Evercade could do, right? It's not like you can say, you can't compare a device where everything's free. But
there might be an option. There might be an option to do that. I don't know that yet. I really need to go into the system menu because there's all sorts in there. There's hidden games on the cabinet that you have to put codes into, and you need to get involved in the community, and then you can unlock like new games. But more importantly, that we've just been obsessed with it, and it's funny, isn't it? Because we've got the Mii U Mini, all these games on these cartridges we've got on the Mii U Mini, but the fact that it's this little dedicated little, tabletop arcade system that you could just rock up on, it loads in no time. There's no faffing around. You just pick your game and get into it. It's been great. It's been fucking great. And the funniest thing ever was this was Thursday. We received it on Thursday. I told the boys it was coming. They were super excited. Got it out of the box, but then Harry had to go training. Charlie had to go to bed. Took Harry training. He come back, went in the shower. I set it up. He come out and he was like, "What are you playing?" I said, "I'm playing Street Fighter Championship Edition. I am getting my ass kicked. I can't do anything, right? I'm getting absolutely smashed here." And it does like, you lose. And I'm like, fuck's sake. So then Harry went, "Let me have a go." So he's played a few of them. You lose. And he was like getting frustrated. He went, "Oh, I can't get past the first thing." I was like, "Okay, we'll turn it off. It's time to go to bed." Fucking 6 o'clock in the morning, Charlie's in the room. Go play the arcade. I was like, okay, all right. So Harry and I went downstairs. We're sitting there on our phones, just like on the sofas and that. All we heard from the other room was, "You win. You win. I look over, you having a laugh? Like Harry sort of just like looked at me with his mouth wide open. Said, "Is he having a laugh?" And he was like, oh yeah, I'm on level 4 now. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" But he is the best. But yeah, no, I've been loving it. I'd love to get like a Pac-Man version just to have that roll in so that people could do it. But I need to make sure the save state thing is possible first before I do that. And also, getting the carts is oddly weird. It's really weird. So you can't buy them off the website, I don't think. They say, "Here are our suppliers," and it's like Argos, Amazon. Here are our distributors: Argos, Amazon, Very, for some reason. But when you buy off them, they say, "This will be sent by our distributors. It will be up to 5 weeks." And you go,
"What?
Okay. So then I was like,
order.
I'll order now. Yeah, I'll order them now and then see what happens. And they both dispatched within a couple of days, so I didn't have to wait for them long. And then I looked to get the Pac-Man one. I can't get the Namco one anywhere, and the ones that are available are 55 quid online secondhand. You go, "I'm not paying 55 quid for Pac-Man. Yeah. I'm not doing that." So I guess they are. I guess they're made to order. I guess there's a bloke in the room going, "Fucking hell, we got shit." Someone's ordered some.
Plugging a cartridge into
you get from Amazon.
Typing the code in.
Yeah.
Can I get from Amazon?
Someone doesn't know that the ROMs are online. Yeah, but no, I like, we've been loving that, and it's cool. It's cool that I spent fucking 40 quid on 12, 16 games that I've got like on a little handheld device that cost me 40 quid. But it's not that. It's the experience of booting up this little cabinet and having the sound out of it is fucking great. Well, it feels like a genuine arcade machine. It's brilliant.
Yeah, because you shared a video with me of it like running like Street Fighter, and it looked incredible. Like it looked really good. Like
it feels like that as well. But yeah, they're not cheap machines. They're like 220 quid. But if you've always wanted a bit of an arcade experience in your house, but you do not want a full arcade machine in there, or don't have the space for it, then I think it's a viable option. And it's, as you say, it's good to see that actually there's a legitimate way to play this stuff. So that was cool. And that is what I've been playing this week. Sean, do you want to bring us home? Holy shit, we need to be 2 hours long.
Yeah, this has been ended up running quite long, hasn't it? And it's not a small game I need to talk about either. It's a big one. It's, well, maybe not. Pokemon Pokopia. So this is the Pokemon game that came out last week, but it's not.
I'm really interested in hearing about this. I'm whether to buy it. It looks like it could be all life consuming.
I don't know. It's really good. I really like it. I don't know if it's one of those where I'm kind of looking at it thinking, fucking, this could be like a 150-hour game, and that I don't think I'm going to end up putting that sort of time into it. I think you could if you wanted to, but I don't think that's for me.
Did you put hundreds of hours into Animal Crossing?
Did I? Well, that was special
Oh,
circumstances,
you
wasn't
must
it?
have
No one was
done.
going outside.
Yeah.
Because
Time-
this looks
time
like it's
wasn't a
Animal
thing.
Crossing with Pokemon, and I'm like, well, that sounds very dangerous.
It is a bit of that. It's it's a bit of Minecraft because you're breaking blocks and moving them around and building stuff. It's also a bit of Viva Pinata.
Yeah, this is what I've heard it described as being like the most.
Because
between that, yeah.
I mean, the setting is weird because you're a Ditto, the Pokemon that can transform into other stuff, and you wake up and you instantly turn yourself into your old trainer. So you're just this sort of weird semi-human character with the weird Ditto face on it. And so far, I mean, it's early days still. The story appears to be that this is like a fucking post-apocalyptic setting, put in the Pokemon universe. And like, there's this one other Pokemon who's just like, yeah, all the other Pokemon and all the humans are just gone, man. I don't know what happened to them, and so who knows? And just like, are you seriously telling me everyone's fucking dead? Is that what's happening?
It's a shame that they're not dead. It's a shame they don't keep referencing an incident.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Also, they're not that
Hold on, isn't this a plot to Bug Snacks?
It could similarly turn out to be sinister, yeah.
Yeah.
But basically, so you've got this sort of barren environment, and you're bringing life back to it, and you're bringing the Pokemon back by creating the environments that they like. So, which is basically, so that's kind of what Viva Pinata was. Viva Pinata was a bit more sort of, this creature likes like this type of grass, or this one likes sand, or this, or this one needs this certain decoration, or needs this other pinata to be there because it eats it or whatever. Whereas this is a bit more prescriptive in that it's like, no, this Pokemon likes 6 squares of long grass in a rectangle, right? Or it needs like a bit of grass next, or some flowers next to some water, or whatever. So it's quite prescriptive in that sense, but it's still quite nice because you're always very clear on what the requirements are to make a new Pokemon arrive in your little world, right? And you'll be wandering around and you'll see these little sparkles, and if you go over to it, it'll be like, so there's sort of 50% of what you would need for a Pokemon to appear in this little area. So it'll be like, there's one set of flowers next to some water, but you need to just add some more. Right? So it gives you these like little prompts, like, here's what you need to do, right, to bring the Pokemon back. Those Pokemon, as you bring them back, the key ones, so you get the first 3 starters, you get your Squirtle, your Bulbasaur, your Charmander, and then they in turn like give you abilities, right? So first you start being able to spit water everywhere from Squirtle, and then that means you can water the plants, and then you bring more of the plants back, and then that means you get a Bulbasaur back, and then he teaches you how to plant more plants in the ground and get more grass going and stuff, which then gives you more Pokemon and more and more and more. And obviously those requirements start to get more and more complicated as things go on, but basically that's the general gist of it. And then once you're creating these little sort of pocket environments that the Pokemon like, and then you move on to being able to build structures for them to live in, like little houses. And then they're essentially little, because you might create an environment that a Bulbasaur likes to live in, and then be like, right, well, I actually want to do something else with this area now, like Bulbasaur needs to fucking move into a house, and then that house can be like perfectly tailored for that one Pokemon to live in, right? Because it's like Animal Crossing in the sense that once you make a building, once you go into it, that's its own little sort of TARDIS like area. It's not like Minecraft where everything's in the same space, right? You can build like that. I'm going to do this again. Someone on the Discord, whose name I've forgotten, posted pictures where they'd built like a block of flats for their Pokemon, and it was like, but they'd built it sort of by hand with all the big blocks and stuff, rather than using sort of prefab, like building kits. But yeah, so far it's been really charming. It's been really nice and relaxing. It's like some of the dialogue's like pretty amusing. So you meet a fucking Magikarp, and for some reason he talks like he's he's a youth from New York or something.
Sorry, go on. You're gonna have to do an impression, Sean.
Well, no, he doesn't actually talk out loud. He just it's all just.
But if he did,
yeah.
Well, that's
oh, there we go. Ben says it was Sam brackets SGCH from the Discord. Thank you, Sam. It's been quite sort of. There's a lot of dialogue. which, as I say, for the most part has been fine, has been pretty charming. I normally find that very annoying, and I haven't yet. What I will say is, quite early on, you can stumble into like an alternate area where it's like really freeform, and when you reach it, it warns you. It says like, "Look, you're not really ready for this yet, but do you want to go anyway?" And obviously, you say yes because what's the harm? And it's like it's a big open area where it's not telling you what to do. And part of me is like, I sort of wish it was that. I sort of wish that was just the game. But also, I know I haven't learned enough to be able to just do that by myself yet. So I'm still just following quests and stuff. There's also like one irritation I had. You start this quest chain where it's like, oh, we need it to rain, right? It hasn't rained in a million years here because all the people are dead, apparently. And we need to make it rain. And you're like, okay, how do I do that? And it's like, oh, well, you can make it more humid by watering the grass and watering the plants. And you're like, okay, well, I guess I'll start doing that then. Spent fucking ages going around everywhere, just going bleh, 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 just gobbing out water everywhere. And then it turns out you're not really meant to do that. You're supposed to. There's like certain Pokemon have then got quests for you to do that then will trigger the quest chain to actually make things more humid. So you kind of like, okay, I just wasted time. Then I should have.
That's so fucking annoying when that happens.
So there's little things like that are a bit irritating. But for the most part, yeah, it's been really enjoyable.
This is Switch 2 only, right?
Yes. I tried because Isaac was like, "Oh, can we play it together?" And I was like, I don't think we can. And then I found out you can do game share with it, so it's streaming to the old
That's never
Switch.
been good, right? I've
Fucking
used that
dog
once.
shit,
no,
man.
it's
so bad.
Wank, isn't it?
Even when the video looks okay, which it sometimes does.
It's rare.
Is rare. So you can only do it you can't do it in like the main story bit of the game. You have to do it in the other bit I mentioned where it's more freeform, right? So you can invite a game share friend to join you there, but they basically can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
They can destroy blocks and they can place blocks, I think, but they can't place like actual buildings. They can't do quests or anything. Like it's still pretty hands off. So basically, after 10 minutes, I was like, "Sorry, this is rubbish, Isaac." So I was like, "Do you want to just play it yourself on the telly?" He was like, "Yes, please." So yeah, it's really good. It is really good.
Do you think you'll keep playing it?
I'm certainly going to keep playing it. Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
It's one of like the highest rated Pokemon games on like Metacritic now. I think it's
last time I checked it on day one. It was the highest ever, wasn't it? And I think it's probably come down now. But...
I'm definitely not seeing the 9 out of 10s yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I am really enjoying it because I was a big fan of Viva Pinata. I have also enjoyed Minecraft and Animal Crossing in the past, and Pokemon. So it's just a big old mix of things I have liked before, but in a new and interesting way. Yeah, decent.
Cool.
I also streamed it. If anyone wants to watch my first 2 hours with it, then you can do that on YouTube.
That is what we've been playing this week. I mean,
I've got a couple of questions.
Yeah, let's do questions because there is an important one this week, isn't there? The return of podcast legend. We'll get to that.
Send us a question. Go to tcgs.co. First one comes from Jan Žižka, early modern Europe's #1 Jan. And he says, "Hi guys, it's me, famous real life."
Why is everyone rating themselves? Why is that?
I don't know, but I love it. I'm here for
Gary, that is. They started who's the UK's #1 Gary.
I'm aware.
Hi guys, it's me, famous real life 15th century military commander and Czech national hero Jan Žižka, Kurva, and so on. I have a question for you, but before I ask my question, you should know that when you start answering my question, it might be a while before you can answer any other questions. Don't ask me why, I just have this feeling that you should finish up any other questions you want to finish before you start answering my question. In fact, don't just take my word for it. Here's an enormous full-screen prompt repeating what I've just said, which, just to be clear, was that you should finish any other questions you want to answer before you start answering this one. Are you sure you're ready to start answering my question?
Okay.
What is the most bullshit immersion-breaking thing in video games that you are nevertheless really grateful for?
I mean, I appreciate that. It really does, really does make me think I should do other things before finishing this game. Like, I don't mind that one so much.
Yeah.
100%, 100% fast travel. Like, oh my god. like fast travel in video games, when you're in a big open world, especially when it's something like. I mean, it's funny, isn't it? Because I have played games where it's done immersively, and that is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It's brilliant. The way it does
there's
that.
still risk to it, and there's still
There's still risk, and also it shows a little dotted line through the map, so you know that he's actually making that journey. You're just But there are ones where it's just like, oh, there's a portal. Is there? Is there? Well, then why is that just coming up now? I mean, I'll just use a portal everywhere then. No, you can't get over that mountain. Why not? There's portals. They just go to where you've been. Why?
To activate the portal on the other side.
This isn't a bonfire. You can't do it. What?
There's no need to call me that. Is what they say.
It's funny, isn't it? Because there are definitely times where I'm like, using fast travel is sort of ruining the immersion a little bit. But also, when have there's never been a game with fast traveling where I've completely refused to use it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's always there's a breaking point, and I think it's fine to let players figure out when that is. You know.
It's funny. I didn't use it much on Spider-Man games because the traversal is just so much fun.
Yes, it's so fun.
So quick and
But like the other one that makes me laugh is when you're playing a really serious narrative-based game, and they're like, "You must go forth and do this, and you now have this new power. You are the only guy in the land that can use this power. How do I use the power? Press X."
Oh my god, yeah. When they use
press X.
when they talk about video game things in this world,
Yeah, that always makes me
that
giggle.
really does me, doesn't it?
It's just press X. What's X? I'm a man standing with an axe.
Go to the quick menu. The what? You're a samurai.
Haven't there been games where they try and get characters to be like, oh, it says press start to bring up the menu, whatever that means.
Probably.
Probably. I've definitely played games where they've done that.
Probably.
Like,
I always feel less of the game when it does that.
Yeah, that
Shut
feels
up.
worse. Yeah.
Just tell me to press start, you knob. We all know what's going on. Not for me. But that's mine. Yeah, quick travel. Anyone?
I mean, quick travel is probably the best one, but it's when you're in a game where it's incredibly atmospheric, but there's like a super quick death, like a very easy way to die, and you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. So at first it's like, oh yeah, it's incredibly scary sneaking through this village trying to do it without being hit or whatever. But no, I've done it 20 times now because I keep dying. It's like this has lost all immersion, all atmosphere because I just got seen by a guard once.
And if the penalty was worse for dying or
it carried on or something else happened, but instead it's like, no, back to the beginning. It's like, okay, well, this whole sequence has been ruined now.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And you're grateful for that how?
I get to do it quickly again.
Because you forgot that bit of the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the point you were making was
point.
it does ruin the immersion, but at least you can restart it quickly and you can.
Yeah, at least I can do it.
The point. Yeah.
At least I can do it, even if it ruins it. Is what I was saying. If you let me finish, David, that's probably what I was going to say.
None of you've got an answer, have you? Am I the only one with the fast travel?
Fast travel, I was too good. I got nothing apart from it. Was very
fucking
good.
brilliant. Yeah. Right, we need to get some better podcasters on this podcast. Okay.
Maria Mendieta.
Hey, where you been? And we were worried that
I feel bad because
dead.
I don't want to put any pressure on them, right? Because if there's just some weeks where they don't have a question, that's absolutely fine. But there was a couple of weeks where we didn't receive one, and I
independent inquiry. What's been going on?
Sean put a candle on his doorstep.
I did.
Yeah.
Sign saying, "Come home, Maria."
Yeah, all is forgiven.
That's not what a candle on the doorstep means, but okay.
Oh right, sorry. Okay. I don't know. I'll Google that later and presumably feel bad. Maria Mendieta says, "Dear TCGS Con Peel, I returned to New Super Mario Bros. 2 on the 2DS the other day with a number of coins flooding the screen. I thought about how heavy it would be and all the clatter it would produce as Mario rustles his way to the finishing pole with all of those coins in his pocket, not to mention how ripped his quads must be. At what point do you suspect Mushroom Kingdom might switch to a cashless economy? Keep up the stellar work. Sincerely, Maria."
It kind of ruined it, wouldn't it?
I can totally see them doing that though. Like there being like a little card that's got like you know.
You can use
Toad-
you can use a Mario card.
Is Mario just collecting stolen credit cards?
No, it'd be like you as you like go through things. It like taps. You know, you like tap to like.
Oh, so it's just contactless points.
Yeah, it's just contactless points. Yeah,
mate. I guarantee. Jesus, you've just brought something, an idea up. How long before there's contactless on a console? It's gonna happen. I want to buy that game. You tap the card on the console to buy it.
console.
I can see it fucking
up to like
happening,
kids
Well, I mean,
with credit cards.
technically-
No way.
Technically, like the Switch could already do it. It's got an NFC.
Yeah.
it's got NFC, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I would genuinely go round to people's houses. No, I wouldn't go round to people's houses. Imagine
I would
taking
literally go around.
imagine taking the Switch out with you, just tapping it on someone's pockets, just buy a game. I like it.
Surely it's way too big a security risk. They would never.
Yeah. They'll never do that for the reason David just highlighted.
All right,
Dad's wallet.
just having fun.
We need some better podcasters on this show.
Yeah, come on, serious business.
Just because you didn't have an answer to the last one, don't turn on me, you fucking nerds. You couple of nerds. That game was shit though, wasn't it? New Super Mario Bros. 2 was.
Was it shit? I never played
No,
it.
it was not shit. It wasn't top tier, but it was still okay.
It was not very good. I remember playing that game going, fuck me, this is not very good. Okay.
All right.
Cashless Mario Mushroom Kingdom. That's a nice idea. Isn't that a funny thought, Maria?
Take the piss out, Maria.
Wow.
Why the fuck are you all turning on me? Why are you having a go at me?
Why are you having a go at me? They're not going to come back now that's a 4-week gap now because of that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Kurt Lewin says, "Hi TCGS gang. Simple one. I feel like I've read this out before, but simple one. You can only have
Bloody
cheese
repeats.
either hard or melted for the rest of your life, and I'm including all types of cheese in this. Soft cheese like Dairy Lee counts as hard in its normal form. So which are you choosing?"
What?
Oh no, wasn't it hard or soft cheese last time? But now it's all cheese,
melted.
normal cheese versus melted cheese.
Yeah, melted cheese wins.
Melted cheese wins 100%.
But it's not very usable for like food and stuff. I think.
Yeah, I'm not so
Melted
sure.
cheese is not very usable for food.
Let me tell you about
Have you eaten
burgers.
food?
Yeah.
I have eaten food,
Have
but
you
like,
eaten food
if you
before?
want like a little bit of cheese in there, like just putting some melted cheese in like a dish, it might fuck up. Whereas if you got a block of cheese, it's more usable for a
fuck
variety
it.
of.
Just whack a block of cheese on the top of your lasagna. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Matt. I'm struggling here.
Can I have
feel like
pizza, please?
I think
you can, and it's it's just like a big edam on top. What the fuck are you talking
I
about?
just thought for cooking meals, it's
I
like
don't know.
it feels.
You see, this is the thing for accessibility. Like having cheese which is not melted is quite useful. 'Cause
Agreed.
You can just break a bit off and have a bit whenever you feel
Yes.
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, cold melted cheese. Like I've got that in the fridge to put in a meal. So it's
Well, hang
like,
on. I'm assuming melted and then cooled counts as hard in this
Yeah.
dilemma.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Melted like cheese that has then gone cold also tastes amazing.
It does.
can be great.
yeah, I mean, melted cheese is amazing, fact. But if I want to have a little bit of, a little bit of parmesan on a pizza or in a risotto, it's just a block of melted stuff. I just don't think it's going to work for a variety of
It's like
recipes.
would I want fondue for the rest of my life? Like,
saying
this.
that.
I had some
You
cheese
two are
bakes last night and they were
idiots.
fucking incredible.
But okay, you pizza doesn't exist anymore then.
No,
Is that
but
what
there's
we're saying?
there's other
Again.
aspects to this. But I know, but there's other
Toasted
aspects.
cheese
cheddar
sandwich.
on your pizza.
No, the other
you'd
aspect
never
to
have a
this.
toasted cheese sandwich.
No, just shut up, okay.
Mac and cheese.
Oh, I love a
There's-
toasty.
The other
Cheeseburgers,
aspect
man.
with this is that you're going to lose completely like the different consistency of the different cheeses and stuff by doing this. Like how they feel when you bite into them, and all. You're going to lose
Right.
all of that.
You're going to lose pizza and lasagna next.
Well, yeah, that's a tragedy, obviously.
It is a
It's-
tragedy.
But it's also a
Toasted
tragedy
cheese
that you can't-
sandwiches.
I know, but some cheeses like they taste particularly good because of the texture of them, and you're just
Not
gonna lose
arguing that. Yeah, I'd rather lose that than pizza, mate. The pizza's the greatest thing that man has ever created. I think we can all.
It's certainly up there, yeah.
Yeah,
Top 10.
and to lose that,
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, it's a bit
Got to be
difficult.
melted. I once injured myself at work on some cheese.
On some cheese.
Well, let's
some
tell
cheese.
this story. We're not going anywhere. Go on.
So when I was working in the restaurant and I was a dish pig, and we used to, so we'd have these big, big
That
cast iron
acceptable?
trays
That
where we
feels
would
like
serve.
some sort
No.
of slur.
Yeah.
No, it's dishwasher. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's a slur against me, so I think that means it's fine, right?
Yeah,
I don't
know.
know.
And other people trying to get a decent wage in the restaurant business. Okay.
So we used to have these big cast iron dishes where we'd serve the jacket potatoes from, and obviously we'd have these like bacon, mushroom, and cheese ones, and you get blobs of cheese would fall out of the jacket potato onto the dish, and then it would get chucked in the sink, and then that cheese would those little blobs would solidify, right? And I reached in to grab one of these dishes, and a shard of melted and then solidified cheese fucking went under my fingernail, stabbed me under the fingernail, and I had to go home.
That's like the thing where you stab someone with a nice arrow or whatever.
Yeah, and there's no evidence. Yeah.
Or what is it that you kill someone with some roast pork and then eat the evidence?
Yeah. Just put my hand in a microwave and just melt it out. No, just pulled it out. I think.
Yeah, so if all cheese was hard, you wouldn't have had that injury and clearly
if the
traumatic
cheese had never been melted,
experience.
cheese in its original state was absolutely harmless.
Solidified cheese was
it
counted as
was
hard
the
cheese.
melting and
I
then
think-
the solidification.
Make
turned
your
it into a
decision,
knife.
James.
I think on reflection, I'd have to agree with you that we'd have to go with the melted cheese option, but I would mourn it. I'd mourn the loss
no
of
one
the
said
other stuff.
you wouldn't mourn it. This is what's happened. James thought, I'm going to be different. I'm going to be
it's not-
different.
it's not
and then
being
realised that he's an idiot and went, actually,
It's
I'm not going to be different. but,
I appreciate different types of cheeses and the textures, and
No,
it's
that's like Dave says. No one's saying that there's a right option and there's zero drawbacks. Obviously, there are sacrifices are being made.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's quite a big sacrifice.
But you just got to pick.
I
Yeah,
like
that's fine.
cheese. We know. We fucking get it. The consistency. I remembered that word exists. Yeah, we get it, James. We get it. You like cheese. Let's get to the socials, shall we?
I'm just hungry now.
cough.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
going to use toasty after this.
Okay, socials. Yes, we've got some streams this week. Thursday.
That's the way. You got it.
Man of the nature.
Thursday at 9. Play by the Bell is back.
Hang on, wait,
back.
James might actually be unwell.
Oh.
Did we just have a minute?
Has he gone again?
He's gone.
It looks like something's happening over there.
You all right, mate?
James, you've
Yep.
got to stop fainting.
It's all right. I
I
told
don't
you.
think he does it on purpose.
It's minor. It's all right. Go on.
It's not minor,
That's
James.
not minor.
Good
quite
God, you have
disturbing.
literally fainted 4 times on this pod. One
Yeah,
of
so that's
which
a
we-
PB.
I genuinely thought we were going to have to stop the stream.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Go on. Just go on.
Doesn't
Stop
feel
saying
fine.
it's fine.
Doesn't feel fine.
It is. It's all right. Just do the.
It's not. Okay.
Okay.
Thursday at 9. Play by the Bell is back again. Do you know what you were playing this week, Sean, or is that a
I
surprise?
do, but I think it's a secret in case I change
Okay.
my mind by
Nice.
Thursday.
So that's Thursday at
Good
9.
tactic, that. Good tactic. I like it.
Twitch.tv/TCGS code. Friday 9, James and I will back to be playing Reanimal because we played that a couple of weeks ago. So
Yeah.
Friday 9, also twitch.tv/TCGS code. If you missed them both live, you can go to youtube.com/@TCGS and watch the VODs. But back on Twitch, if you have an Amazon account and a Twitch Prime account, or if you just connect your accounts, you have something called Prime Gaming, you get a free subscription. The 99% of the subs we get are via that, which is different to what James said last week. So please, if you've got an account, please connect your accounts and please give us your free sub. We really appreciate it. And the website is tcgs.co, where you can have links to our amazing Discord community, which is busier than ever and people are chatting every day. It's great. Our store if you want to buy a t-shirt, our Patreon if you want to support what we're doing, our Strava club if you want to go for a little run or walk and get kudos from other people in the community. It's all over at tcgs.co.
Thank you so much for living it. We will be back next week with some more wild opinions on the world of video games. Thanks for living it. We will catch you then. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.